What's going on, Sens fans? Welcome to another edition of the Locked On Senators live watch party. I'm your host, Jack Richardson, set to bring you a reaction to the Nashville Predators and the Ottawa Senators, the Sens in Nashville tonight in the Music City. I've been to Nashville. Fun place to watch a game. As always, want to let you know this is brought to you by the Glebe Central Pub. If you're looking for a place that lives and breathes hockey, Glebe Central Pub is the spot. Right Heart, the Glebe. Just steps from Lansdowne. It's the perfect place to catch every game, every night. Great food and drink, and even better company. But GCP is about more than just catching the big game. There's something happening almost every day of the week to appeal to every taste. Start your week with Wing Day every Monday, all day and all night. Trivia night goes Tuesday, so bring your crew and put your knowledge to the test. Wednesdays is open mic night, whether you play, sing, or just want to kick back and listen. It's a great way to celebrate Hump Day. Thursdays, tonight, cheap tacos. And of course, on Saturday night, live music with no cover ever. Whether it's hockey, live music, or just a night out with friends, make Glebe Central Pub your home base because, as you know, the vibes are free at the GCP. And let's hope, folks, that the vibes are free tonight at I believe it's called the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Great place to watch a game. Like I said, I've been there. Excited to get going here. Obviously, Stephen Halliday up with the Sens again after being sent down a few weeks ago. The reason he's up, not obviously good news. David Perron out for about 2 months with a sports hernia, which he's having surgery on. It's obviously clearly been something that's nagging him, and it makes some sense now with, I think, a little bit of how he was playing maybe. So we'll see how Halliday looks on the wing with Eller and Cousins on that fourth line, because that fourth line, despite the penalties, was actually doing pretty well in terms of generating chances and whatever it was. They were pretty effective. So it sucks to see DP go down. Let's just see what Halliday can bring. So we're going to have a busy start to the watch party today. I'm going to have Pilsy join me in the first period, as always. We're going back to what we did. I know last game I had to dip out early, didn't get to see the game right to the end. So Pilsy will join in the first period. First intermission, we'll have Callum jump back on. He's pretty good for all the road games. So first intermission will be Callum Fraser with the Ottawa Sun and the Ottawa Citizen. And then second period, Ross is going to come join me, and we're going to watch the period together. First time that him and I are going to sit down and watch the game together during the play. He came on for a couple intermissions, but so it'll be a busy one. And then for the third period, it'll just be the kid here with the keys to everything. So pumped to get going. They're showing some highlights here of Tkachuk's injury. Obviously that was Roman Josi. I'm sure they're asking him about it right now. Got to think that the Sens will make life hard on Josi. He's not a guy who's going to drop him, I don't think, but I wonder what the response is for Sens. Obviously, the play on Tkachuk kind of hitting him into the boards, it wasn't necessarily a nice play. And yeah, Brady rocking the crazy V-neck. Yeah, I'm noticing that too. Pretty funny. So I think that's about it. Like, the Sens just need to keep things rolling here, folks. Like, got to be feeling pretty good about the way, they've been playing lately, I'd say. Not much to complain about. James Reimer getting the start again. That's 3 in a row for him. He looked great in the last game. He was awesome. He just gave them stable goaltending, all you need. Nothing much more you can ask for, I don't think, from James Reimer. And this is a team in Nashville they should beat as well. I know they've been better as of late, but they lost to them in the home opener. That was a frustrating game. I was there. I was in person. Got to get some revenge here. They owe the Predators a good one. They weren't, I remember, good enough offensively, the Sens in that game, and the second period kind of got away from them. So long time ago, a lot of seasons happened, but we'll see how it goes here. The Predators still have some weapons up front that you got to be worried about. Obviously, Philip Forsberg, they're showing all the goal stats right now, or goal odds from FanDuel, so I can kind of comment on it. But Ryan O'Reilly, I guess, I forgot he was named captain. Is he the captain? I thought Josi was the captain. Is he not playing? What am I missing here? Are they all wearing the captain jersey? Is Roman Josi out? That's pretty significant. If so, I haven't seen that. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll find out mid-game. If anyone had the sound on and they said Roman Josi's out for the game and I missed that today, then I'm not too sure. 1,000 games for someone, I see. Okay. Oh, it's Josi's 1,000th game? Oh my God. He might have to face retribution for doing something. I don't know where everyone stands on that. I'm easy, like I don't really think that players should have to answer for that. Like I know he obviously wasn't trying to injure Brady, but still caught him in a vulnerable spot and it hurt him. So I'd be surprised if Kachuk doesn't have something to say tonight. But the fact that it is Yossi, he's not like a physical guy, I don't think anyway. He might be now, but we'll see. We'll see. You can play him hard. I just don't expect him to like drop the gloves. That's what I'm saying. I don't need that necessarily. I'm just gonna try and play with some stuff here. Carefully, obviously. Producer Jack, I'm still learning the bells and whistles here a little bit. Trying to get my name up there. How do we do that? You know what? It's not important. Interesting. Okay, I could have figured that out before. Yeah, we got a hot start here. I think Pillsy made a good point that road games are probably a bit more viewership, but usually it kind of takes a while for us to creep up during the game. But here we go. Here, we got a good amount of people already in, and like I said, Pillsy I think will be joining for the first period. James Reimer with a .911 save percentage through 2 games. Can't ask for much more. That's what he needs to do. There's Broadway. Look at that. Great place. Went there last year, but almost a year ago now. I went for a little trip. Lots of fun in Nashville. Very cool scene. And the rink being right there is so nice. All right, folks. Almost set to drop the puck here. I'll let you guys know when they do drop it. So that if you want to sync up and make sure I'm not spoiling anything for you, or make sure you want to have it in real time, go right ahead. And I'm just getting my things in order here before the game starts. There we go. And we're almost set here for puck drop. All right. Got Yossi on the ice to start here. Cousins, Kachuk, and Greg with Shabbat and Jensen. And here we go. Sens had a big win in Nashville last season. So, all right, puck's down. And Jensen gets it deep. Oh, a chance in front there for Kachuk already. Here's Cousins. Gets a good look too. Pretty quick start by that line. Just getting a couple looks around the net. Ridley Gregg, I mean, I'm happy he's kind of having a bit of a coming out party lately. He's been so good. So good. Yeah, and this crowd does not look full. Here's Cousins with it. Saros didn't know. Oh, here's Pillsy. We got Pillsy in here now. I was locked into the game too much. Didn't see Pillsy join. How's it going, man?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm ready to go here. That was a pretty quick start. Like they had some chances already.
I'm at 1926 right now, so I just saw Cousins' shot there.
Okay, so I'll pause mine because I'm a bit ahead of you. I'll wait until right after the next face-off here. I'll pause it when they drop it.
Okay, let me know the time amount there.
Okay, pause it at 1922, and Pinto just won the drawback.
Okay. Yeah, that does look like a bit of an empty crowd, Jack.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Pinto won the draw.
Okay.
And Sanderson shot, glove save.
All right.
Here we
go. I was busy early. I like that. Yeah, Nashville, I've been to a game there. I went last year. They were playing the Ducks or something. Complete bottom of the barrel, like in the West last season. Terrible game. But people in the crowd, it was in March, were watching March Madness on their phone in front of us. It was so funny. Just not a priority. Hockey's not a priority for the fine people of Nashville.
Yeah, that's fair. It's on my list. Like when they did that aerial shot of the arena and then the downtown, it looks so awesome. So definitely got to get there one day.
Man, it's a good spot to see a game for sure. And I think, I mean, I haven't been to Vegas, and I know you guys have, right? I know you went for the draft. Have you been to a game
I
at
went to
Vegas?
a game too. That it
Okay.
was sick. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I've heard it's comparable to Nashville. Like it's the same vibe, just right on
probably.
the strip. Very
Yep.
cool spot. And really, when you go to those rinks, it really makes you want LeBreton to work out because it's such a difference maker.
Totally, totally. I mean, there's not many NHL rinks these days that aren't downtown. Like,
No,
it's
not
pretty
at all.
rare.
No, and I mean, people in Ottawa know that that's been a talking point for decades. It feels like, and we still love the CTC. We really
Of
do.
course, of
If
course.
you could just pick up the CTC and plop it at LeBreton, I think everyone would say go for
That's what we always say. Just get enough helicopters. Make sure you got good, strong ropes, some hooks. Hook
it.
it in, float it over.
So I don't know if we've seen that fourth line yet out there, but obviously the big news of the day is Halliday is up. Perron is out for 2 months ish with the hernia. I know you
Five
guys
to
broke it
7
down,
weeks,
but
crazy.
so clearly that's something he was playing through. That's an injury that you don't just get one game. That's a nagging back injury, which you could even ask. You could be curious. It might have been last season we had that back issue that kept him out early in the season. It could
Yep.
be the same thing. And I know you guys talked about it today, but just what are your quick thoughts on DP being out long term?
Brandon Pillar, not a doctor, so I'm not going to go ahead and diagnose a sports hernia or pretend to know really what that even means, to be honest. But Jack, maybe that's also a reason why Travis Green shifted him to the fourth line for the last 2 weeks to get his ice time down a bit, to try to put a little less pressure on him. And then obviously the play of Ridley Gregg is really warranted top in the spot six, regardless of if they're managing DP's ice time. But yeah, that's tough. I mean, you don't want anyone to get injured, but if it's going to be a fourth liner, oh, a nice move by Brady.
Look at
There we
Brady.
go. If it's going to be a fourth liner and you've got a guy like Halliday that you're more than happy to call up and give another opportunity, I mean, it's not that bad. And I mean, again, not to make good news of an injury, but to try to put a positive spin on it or a silver lining, 3 of those weeks are going to be the Olympic break. So,
Yeah.
as far as injuries go and how they affect the team and player and everything, pretty ideal, really. I'm sure David Perron probably wouldn't say that heading to surgery, but overall, not bad.
I think the reason it's interesting, and that's how I put it on Twitter. Like it's just an interesting timing, just with that timeline gets them right to the trade deadline. If he takes 7 weeks, that's just past it. I know Ross mentioned 5 weeks is the right when they come back from the Olympic break, I believe, to the day.
Yep.
So the reason I'm pointing it out is because we watched last game. I didn't notice a moment where he was laboring or anything like that. I didn't notice him get hurt at any point.
Me neither.
So I'm kind of just a little bit surprised, I think, in that way. And I think that's also, it's been nagging him and he just decided I'll do the surgery now. And the timing does matter for sure. But like you mentioned, yeah, if Halliday hadn't played yet, it'd be a bit more of a concern, I'd say. But what he showed when he was up before, that's a guy who can play, which is great. So I'm excited to see him on the wing though, because he was playing center before.
Yeah, that was a bit of a head scratcher for me, Jack, just because we've seen Lars Eller play the wing this year, even. Stephen Halliday, generally, I think I've only ever seen him play center, even in Belleville. He's always in the middle. So I don't understand why they wouldn't put him back in the middle and Eller on the wing, but who knows? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And then also, Jack, you look at Stephen Halliday can slide into that second power play unit nicely as well. He's already spent time there, and half of his points in the NHL, 3 of his 6 assists were on the power play. So that adds a little extra. It softens the blow a little more, I should say.
Yeah, and I know DP was having a bit of a frustrating season at even strength. He was having trouble getting going, but his power play production on that second unit is pretty valuable. So they're going to miss that. Yeah. So they need that second unit to be able to still step up, because I think most of his goals have been on the power play, and he's obviously a second unit guy. But we'll see how they do without him. And obviously that's not an excuse, because they've played a good amount of games here fully healthy, aside from Linus Ullmark, obviously. And that's kind of a rarity. You look at all the injuries around the league right now, and it's crazy for that forward group. They've been pretty lucky so far. So,
and on D-Jack recently.
Yeah. Well, when I say lucky, it's also not fair, because I think being healthy is a skill. Here's Pinto. Oh, the post.
That almost looked like it went in.
The post.
Oh,
man. When Pinto's snake bitten, he's so snake bitten. And I know he scored the other night, but wow.
Yeah, that hit the inside of the post. That was very close.
Yeah. I think it'd be nice to see Pinto get hot again. I keep saying that, but also thinking his extension doesn't mean that he needs to be scoring 30 goals a season. Like, his value is on the defensive side, and everything offensive is just gravy for Pinto.
But I mean, the offensive touch is there. So it is a bit of an expectation, but it's not kind of the main crutch of what you expect him to do. Oh, nice hit by Clevin there.
Yeah, he keeps going at him.
Bully him.
Yeah, bully ball.
Spence too. We still haven't seen that fourth line yet, eh?
I think they were for a really quick one.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice
that. Maybe before we were talking about it, but I'd imagine the minutes will be pretty limited for them.
Yeah.
No back to back. You kind of. Oh, Timmy. God. I think he's so good at that. Like, just knowing when to regroup and keeping the puck possession and like letting fresh guys get out.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. There. Oh, here we go. There's Holiday.
Nice, man. Saros is so small.
I know. He looks like Shepherd.
Yeah. Don't let Ross hear that. We'll get the screenshots out here.
Here we go. Eller.
But one thing that's unfortunate, Jack, is the chemistry that Halliday and Perron had together.
Yeah.
Oh, was that? There we go.
Halliday. Yes.
Halliday's first goal. You called it, Jack.
You saw that tweet that I had?
Yeah. Beautiful. No way. Let's go.
Oh, he needed that. The Disher gets his first career goal.
Woo, shout out to the Disher, not a Disher, as I famously said. This guy's out here scoring goals, Jack.
And what a celly from him. He wanted that one.
Oh, he wanted it bad. Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh.
Just go crash in the net. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So happy for him. Friend of the show. Good guy. Works hard. Earned his chance.
That's a great start. Wow. All right. Stephen Halliday on the board.
Opens his NHL account. Let's go. Big Red.
Pillsy, the amount of times I tweet stuff like that, like it's time. I did it all the time with Josh Norris. I was like, feel like a Josh Norris goal today. I just had a feeling. I had a feeling like he played so well. He was ripping up Belleville after going back down.
Oh,
and the way, like you mentioned,
Belleville.
The way that fourth line had been rolling, you kind of felt like he would just fit like a glove because he started that chemistry that they had and then got sent down. And it's funny how well they were playing with Perron there, but they never scored. The three of them never had a goal. They got defensemen in on the action, but that's the first time the full line connects for goals. So that's great. Great start.
Yeah, and we were looking for that fourth line, and sure enough, when they get their first real chance, Stephen Halliday buries it. Ross and I were saying we wanted Halliday to score at home, so I'm glad you negated that by wanting him to score tonight, Jack. So credit to you.
Yeah, Big Red. A lot of Big Red love.
Man, that's so awesome. Everyone makes fun of me for the milestone stuff. First career NHL goal, awesome milestone, 1,000 NHL games. That's like cool, but no, it's not your first NHL goal. Just kidding, Roman Yossi. But to see a guy, especially Halliday, I don't know how closely or how much you've watched interviews of him, Jack, but he's such a stoic, dry guy. Like he's hilarious, but like he doesn't show a lot of emotion, and like he's not very like like bubbly or anything. So to see him like really let it all loose there and show how excited he is, it's awesome to see.
So I'm trying to think, Pilsy, because I'm you dive into the prospects and stuff, and I was talking to Callum last game. He's going to be on in the first intermission as well. And he just had a piece on Halliday, and he's done a couple nice features on their prospects, including Yakimchuk, and just thinking, when was the last time the Sens had a first NHL goal in the lineup? And I think it might have been Matt and Paolo or something like that when he scored last season. But a true like drafted prospect, rookie, that kind of feeling. It's been a long time, man. It feels like anyway. I could be out to lunch on that, but
Jake Lucchini, I'm pretty sure, scored his first NHL goal, but that's not a drafted and developed guy. That's when Timmy famously said, really happy for the kid, and he's 5 years older than Timmy.
Exactly. Does the same with Halliday, and they're like the same age. But I think it's been a while since like a drafted prospect that's been in the minors has come up and scored a goal. So that's a big deal, man, for Halliday. Like, look at this. There's the replay of it. He's just a big body and goes to the net. Maybe the wing is his home.
Yeah, I mean, heck, he scores his first goal. Yeah, and that fourth line does a really good job down low. And Stephen Halliday's a big body that maybe he's not going to do it as well as a vet like DP does on the board battles and down low, but he can get in there too.
I think that's such a perfect goal too. I love goals like that where you just crash the net and get a stick on it. It's technically a bounce, but you make your luck, and that's a perfect. Like if you're
fourth line hockey, Jack.
If you're a young hockey player or whatever, and you want to learn how to play the right way, that's exactly. You show them that goal, drive the net, stick on the ice, good things happen.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Stephen Halliday is a good example of how you want to play the game. Sure, he's not the fastest skater, maybe not the best defensive player, but he's got such high hockey IQ. He's such a good playmaker. He finds the right spots on the ice. He creates space for his teammates. Like, just a good all-around player.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I just said his speed and defense wasn't that great. Good all-around offensive player. I'll say that.
Well, and I think though, like a sign of gaining the trust of this coaching staff is significant given how good defensively the Sens are. Mm-hmm. So when you do that and you start getting minutes, it's telling because it means you've improved on the defensive side. I mean, Jordan Spence is a pretty good example. Like he struggled to stay in the lineup at the beginning of the season, and now he hasn't come out in months because he's been playing well defensively. Tongue in cheek, because I know he should have probably been in the lineup before that, but the staff clearly wanted to see stuff defensively, and he showed it. And now he hasn't been taken out, and I think it's a good example. Halliday, the same thing.
It's crazy, Jack, to think of a time where Jordan Spence was healthy scratched.
I know.
Oh my God,
he's been so good for them, and
so good.
Opens up so many conversations about the right side of the defense, which is big picture. But look at Timmy go. Yeah, and I think this is another good start on the road here for the Sens, scoring first. We know how that goes.
Oh, rare misplay by Sandy.
Yeah.
Yep, here we go.
Here we go. Oh,
right idea.
I like that by Zetterlund. Just get the shoulder low and make a play.
Yeah, and he kind of got that puck awkwardly, like on his backhand, kind of in tight, so he didn't have a lot of options. So yeah, not a bad play.
Something that doesn't get a lot of love is, and for how hard it is the transition when you're trying to time it going onside and how that affects a rush. If one winger is ahead of the other and he has to slow down, it completely negates anything. So timing is everything. And I think that really goes into, controlled exits and entries and all that and how important those are.
Definitely.
Here's Ridley Gregg. Every line's had a shift here. They go to work.
Yeah. The Sens have definitely been the better team by far.
Yeah. And look, like overall here, they're playing a lot. They're playing some really good hockey.
Yep.
Which is really what the headline is. And they needed to, and they are. Like, you can point to the opponents they're playing and say what you will about that, but they got to win the games in front of them.
Yeah, at this point, Jack, there's no easy opponents and there's no apologizing for getting points if you're the Sens.
No, not at all. Not at all. Curious to see here. We got a couple guys on a long shift and they get out of it. Mostly.
Oh, I'm frozen here, so we'll see if I catch up.
I'll let you know if anything happens.
All right. Okay, I had to refresh it. I'm back at 9:35.
Okay, I'm at 9:35.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So a guy, he just had the puck there and made a nice pass up to Jensen. Amadio, I'd like to see him get on the offense a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about Pinto a lot on that line, but Amadio has 1 goal in 33 games dating back to November. A sneaky slump because, look, you don't need him to drive the offense, but it's nice when he's able to. And I think I've even noticed with him a little bit, like just the puck battles, which he's so good at, just haven't quite been there lately. Like he's starting to lose that a little bit. And then it becomes a thing where you got to look at the bigger picture. And then that's when the slump comes to mind, but would be great to see Amadio get one, even like an empty netter or something, just to get his legs going offensively a bit.
Yeah, and Jack, when Amadio's not on his game defensively and, getting takeaways and starting transition play and things like that, that affects Pinto and Giroux's ability to create offense. So even if he's not getting assists or goals, if he's not on his game, that's going to affect that line overall because they rely on him to do those things on the line. Not that Pinto and Giroux can't be good defensively and things like that, but Amadio's the big guy on that line for that aspect.
They work so well as a unit. And to be honest, the best we saw from Amadio was against the Habs when he got put with Timmy and Brady for a little bit. And I thought he was great in that little stretch, fishing pucks out for them and stuff. It just hasn't quite been there for him as of late. But a guy who's been so steady the whole time he's been here.
Yeah, and Amadio, I'm just seeing his projected points here. Okay, he famously finishes with 27 points, Jack. The last 3 seasons, he's had exactly 27 points, and Elite Prospect has him projected to get 30. So I think he just wants to stay at that 27 point mark. So he's on a bit of a slump here.
He was on a heater at the start of the year. He did have an assist last game on Cleven's goal, so did get on the score sheet. That's all right. But goals matter. When you get a goal, you saw Halliday's reaction there. He had a couple points already. Goals matter.
Big time. Yeah. So Halliday now up to 1 goal, 6 assists, and this is his 19th NHL game this year. So overall, that's pretty decent for a rookie.
Yeah, he looks great. And I like Halliday because he's not an older rookie, He is an older rookie, I should say. I messed that up.
Yeah, he's 23.
Yeah. So he's not like a guy who's extremely raw and this is probably the player he's going to be just as he gets more comfortable, the size wise and everything. He's probably doesn't have much filling out to do anymore.
Yep.
Nice play by Chabot there.
I think Halliday can be a middle 6 guy.
Me too.
Wise.
I mean, you look at, I mentioned Amadio, Giroux, Perron. I mean, Amadio's signed for 2 more seasons, 1 more after this. Perron doesn't have a contract next year. Giroux doesn't have a contract next year. Nick Cousins doesn't have a contract next year. Lars Eller doesn't have a contract next year. There's going to be some holes up front. And I mean, if the Sens don't sign anyone and just, leave the door open for Halliday next training camp, I don't think anyone would be upset with that. But he's also making a case here that he needs to be in the lineup every single day anyway, already.
And Halliday's contract expires this year. He's an RFA. So that'll make for interesting contract negotiation.
Some interesting RFAs. Jordan Spence, too, is an RFA this summer. I think actually that might be it for interesting RFAs. It might just be those 2 because everyone's kind of...
Tyler Boucher.
I'd say still interesting. Starting to light up.
Levi Merlainen, Mad Sogard. So there's a couple.
Some fascinating contract negotiations. And then also, let's get even deeper here, Pilsy. Guys who are eligible for extension July 1st. Drake Batherson, Artem Zub. Huge pieces to your team that, I don't know, man. There's a couple of those guys I'm not super comfortable with going in with 1 year left.
Batherson's going to be the fascinating one because I think he might be the highest paid player on this team after this.
Do you? Wow. Okay.
Just with the way contracts are going, Jack, I don't think it would be that crazy for him to ask for at least 7.5 is probably the starting point where Pinto is. That's the lowest for sure.
Yeah.
And then as far as cap percentage and what the value is at, going up an extra 750K or no, that doesn't quite do it. 800, 900K to pass Timmy. I don't think it's that crazy if you sign him, if you lock him up long term.
I'd really like if they were able to keep him under Timmy by any means, but let's be honest here. Drake Batherson's production has very far eclipsed that 8.3 price tag that Timmy has. And Batherson himself is making 4.9, just an absolute bargain for the production he gives. It's insane. And
he's gonna want to kind of not get retribution because it wasn't like he took a hometown discount on the deal, but he's gonna want to make sure he's cashing in on this one. Yeah,
Batherson's a guy though I'm not even slightly concerned about him looking elsewhere, wanting to move on. He just seems like a guy who's loyal to the crest kind of thing. And I know that I feel that way about most of them, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's just July 1st, July 2nd, whatever, we see an extension for Batherson.
Yeah, and I mean he fits into this team good, and I mean, if you're Batherson, you're looking, Timmy's locked up, Sandy's locked up. Like, you want to be a part of this court. Pinto locked up, obviously not as long as those
Cousins.
guys, but like, yeah, Cousins. Like, you want to be a part of this core probably.
Yeah, so that'll be fascinating. Oh, Lars Eller.
And
Holiday
then
again?
Holiday chance on the
Look
rebound.
at him.
All right.
Right in the blue paint.
Let's go.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, people forget how big Stephen Halliday is.
Yeah.
On EP, he's listed at 6'4", 212 pounds. And
the tank.
You know, that I'm sure his height's probably the same, but he might have packed on some more muscle. So probably closer to 215, 220. Like, he's a big kid.
And this is when, like, I understand it to an extent. And then you watch some players like Hudson and Caulfield, obviously in Montreal, but, you know, harping on size in the draft and everything like that. It's so valuable. If you have a big player versus a small player and they're the exact same, you take the big guy 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, definitely. That's a way to look at it for sure, especially with the way the NHL is these days. Like, there's so much size, and especially defensemen. Like, if you want to be a forward and you got to go up against these guys that are like 6'4", 6'5", like, when you're that small, it's tough to, like, obviously guys can do it and you can excel, but man, it is noticeable when you're not that size.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm the same way though. Like, I there are times when I'm like, we need bigger guys, or we need like smaller. Like, I kind of go back and forth depending on what the need is. But when you got a team led by Brady Tkachuk, you kind of need some big bodies to fill out that lineup, I think. Giroux got that through. Okay.
No penalties so far, Jack. That's kind of rare for the games the Sens been playing lately.
A lot of flow to this one, which is good, and that's when they thrive, when they don't have to tax their penalty kill. Low event, I'd say, but they've had the puck the whole time, I feel like.
Yeah, they've dominated puck possession. The Preds, actually, surprisingly, based on like what their kind of perception is around the league, they have decent 5-on-5 numbers we were looking at today. Like, not as good as the Sens, but definitely decent.
The metrics are there. I think Stamkos. Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
It's a nice move.
Yeah.
Yes. Ridley Gregg. He loves 5-hole, man. And that's another assist for Amadio. Don't let Amadio get hot.
There you go, Jack. That's a nice goal. And Ridley Gregg has been pulling off these moves and scoring in tight like that.
He's also scoring in tight, but his legs, man, his speed has been so good lately. I've noticed that too. It goes back to the game against Buffalo. Remember that rush he had where he makes that nice move in front right before Christmas? Yep. He's been a machine. Look at this goal. That's beautiful.
Pass by Amadio, though. Like, that's just a great play.
All he needed was the little LOSP kiss of death. He's slumped. Yep. Another great start. First period, Pilsy.
Yeah, we love to see that. And that defender was all over Greg. Like, that was not an easy play to make.
That was a very skilled goal. Another point for Jake Sanderson. That's 40 on the year for number 85.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that pass by Amadio was beautiful too. That was a beautiful goal all around.
This is a great start. Great Ottawa Senators hockey.
I mean, this is why we do it. This is why we sit in the chair. See what the chat's saying here as we go to break. I want to know. I don't know if someone's asked. Someone has to. I might get on Callum to ask this when they get back home. Someone's got to ask the boys why they keep punching Greg when he scores goals or when they're in the huddle. You notice that? They give him a little push every time, and it's like it's clearly a thing. And I want to know what the origin of it is, and I'll get Callum to ask that maybe.
Yeah, I think it's just because he's just such a disturber. It's like anytime you get a chance to knock at him or anything, you got to take that chance. And yeah, everyone I've told about the Wasp nickname, Jack, is like, yeah, I'm in. So
I saw you spreading that.
We're gonna get the Wasp going.
I wish I can remember who originally said it last stream. I'd have to go back and look. I don't even know if I put it on the screen, so I don't know if I can. But it's catching on, Pilsy. Everyone's saying the Wasp in here.
The Wasp.
The Riddler. Riddler is a good one too.
Classic. Yep.
Yeah, and I like when the Sens post
fit his personality. That's just a nickname.
No, not
Ridley Gregg
not at all.
Is not like the Riddler. That's for sure.
No, yeah, I think the Wasp definitely goes to his play style. Yeah, man. I'm thrilled. Two guys that I mean, Ridley Gregg stays hot, and I think his 5-on-5 production is up there with the best players in the league since he got put with Kachuk and Cousins. And I know that was the middle of a shift change because it was Amadio who passed it to him, but man, he's becoming a top 6 forward. Ridley Gregg right in front of our eyes.
And Jack, if he's your 6th forward in your top 6, I think you could be comfortable with that.
They got a graphic here. Most points by Senators defensemen in January. Wade Redden had 15 in 2001. Carlson had 13 twice in one of his Norris seasons, and then Jake Sanderson's at 13 right now. Those stats are great, but they're playing a ton of hockey in this because of the Olympics. And I think one of those years, 2014, was Carlson. That was an Olympic year as well. So this condensed schedule matters, but he's doing it every night. It's notable.
Yeah. Jake Sanderson's been so good lately.
But with back to Ridley Gregg, he's young, man. Like, you forget that he's a first round pick in 2020, part of that elite draft class for the Sens, and it really makes up for all the lackluster drafts afterwards. But you get Halliday 2022. I'm all over the place here, Pilsy, but I think I don't know if you were of the mind of Ridley Gregg being like, he is what he is, defensive forward. That's what he's going to be in the league. But this guy was an elite producer in the WHL when he got drafted.
Oh yeah. Like, he was one of those guys, Jack, where he was talked about in trying to get the NHL to change, the NHL and CHL to change their rules about, like, having guys have to play junior or NHL, because like he was way too good to be in junior, but not quite good enough to be in the NHL at that age, I think. So it was interesting to see him go through that. And I'll be honest, I always pegged, before this year, I always pegged Ridley Gregg as like, he's going to be a third line guy. I just didn't see him getting into the top 6. He's too good to be stuck on the fourth line. Like, he's going to play a little bit there. That's one thing. But I always just thought he's going to be a third liner, and which, I mean, is not an insult. I mean, there's lots of really good third liners, but if he can continue this pace and elevate his game and show he can play with the big boys and capitalize offensively, I got no issue with him being the 6th guy in the top 6.
Same. I'm in the exact same boat. And it's all about production, because he's played well. He's been with Stutzla a couple times and looked okay, just through injuries and when they mix the lines up in a blender. But he really seems to have found a home here with Kachuk and Cousins, which is awesome and a huge development, right? Like, getting that kind of a line with chemistry going is huge. But he's been a big part of that, because, like I said, he brings that element of defensive game that the other two maybe don't have. And there's another look. Wow. It's been a great development, because I didn't write him off necessarily, but I definitely kind of pegged him as what he was last season is what he'll be, at least under this coach, right? He'll just be that defensive guy. But he's really flipped roles with Claude Giroux from last season, because Giroux was the guy being put in those offensive situations, and they've switched that up a little bit. And I think for the better, get the younger guy, more skills, Giroux, a guy who can still do it. This is the Jacques Martin classic, the 0 shots in clock for Nashville, 10 minutes and counting. Love to see that.
It's been like, they haven't had much puck possession, Jack, and almost no ozone pressure. Like,
yep. And when they do, they're kept to the outside. And I'm
sure we just jinxed it though.
Probably, yeah. But the defensive play from this team, man, is just it's something else. Like, I think we take for granted where they've come from. Like, the people calling for Green's head, I was flabbergasted, Pilsy, because I get the struggles and I understand, even if you're not looking at the analytics, some of the boneheaded mistakes they were making to lose games was really frustrating, and coaching gets under the microscope for that. But where this team came from under DJ Smith to now, and the short amount of time it took to get there, I'm over the moon with how they look defensively.
Yeah, same. Like, I've never been of the mind that you had to consider a coaching change. Well, at least head coach change.
Yeah.
I've really liked the work that Travis Green has done with this group, and he's really changed the mentality of what this team focuses on.
The best example too you can think of, and this is when I do look at some analytics, let's say, is when they show year over year kind of the change, and every new guy they've gotten, their defense just on the graph is just a straight line up, going to whatever direction as soon as they get here, and it's because of the way that the team plays. So lots to like there, and that's why goaltending's been so frustrating. Is because it's easy to play goalie here for the most part.
And here we see Travis Green talking to Stephen
Yeah.
Halliday. They're working on plays, good dialogue, and that's the thing too, Jack. Like Halliday is such a smart dude. Like he thrives in that kind of dialogue, and he wants to. Oh, nice
boy.
save, Reimer there.
Oh, we didn't
He
have it though.
wants to learn. Like he wants to do better. He wants to learn. Like so, I think he's such a coachable kid too.
And that's actually another thing that. Oh, nice move by Yossi there.
There we go,
Wow.
Reimer.
And that's Amadio on Yossi up top.
Oh, get that. Oh, what a save.
Wow.
That's how you stay in that.
No stick though.
He can grab it though. Yep.
There we go. Okay, good.
James Reimer, man.
They just needed a guy to come in and make a stop like that, like when there are breakdowns.
Yep.
Excuse me. I think something that Travis Green's talked about a ton, and I know we praised the defensive game, and that was a huge push there from the Predators, but is how coachable the group was when he came here. Like they wanted to get better. Oh no, that was a chance there. Like they wanted to improve so much that they were willing to be coached and willing to be taught all this stuff, and it's hard to do that. And when a whole group has that mentality, it goes a long way. And I think that there's a lot of credit to go around. Now they need to win and get themselves into postseason contention. And
yep. Oh,
Greg again. This is the Wasp. This is
the Wasp buzzing in the Hornets' nest here.
And there's Brady. Oh my God, he's got 3 guys on him. There's 3 guys wrapped up with Brady right now. Look at this.
I mean, and that's just Ridley going hard to the net there. I don't think that was like crashing the goalie or malicious or anything. Maybe a little accidentally on purpose, but
this is why, like, knowing who it is and what he does, that's absolutely on purpose, Pilsy. Like we know it's on purpose to an extent.
Accidentally, look, he's driven into the goalie though. Like obviously,
watch him here. Like it's this stuff. Like he doesn't really get up, like he's just and he can't. But he's in the way. He's annoying. And it's a style of play that I respect a ton because it's hard to play like that.
Yeah.
Went in. That's in the net. That's in the net. They're talking.
Goal?
I mean, the puck went in.
Is that Alex Auld there?
Is that him?
2-time Ottawa Senator?
With the vest? I like the look there. Brady's saying something. Look at him.
He's like,
I wonder what the captain's saying that. You think he's saying for sure? I think he's saying something else.
Yeah, probably, honestly. Oh, man.
I mean, that's a goal.
Why not? Yeah, Blankenberg pushes him in there. And then Saros knocks it in.
Well,
the whistle was not blown.
First, they got to decide.
Seeing the ref do this emphatically.
First they got to decide if it went in before the whistle or whatever. What's that rule? Like forward progression or something?
Yeah, and then there's intent.
And then it's the goalie interference
to
question.
Blow the whistle as well. Come on.
I mean, that kind of.
I mean, at the very least, the draw should be in the zone. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Nothing illegal happened on that play.
That's hockey, baby.
Yeah.
The only thing illegal is not calling that a goal.
I know. I mean, I feel like that deserved a better look. Like that went in the net, and
yeah,
nice play by Giroux there. Wow, period flew by too, or it felt Seriously? Like it. Maybe it didn't.
There we go. Let's get one more rush going here.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Whoa.
Easy, Stammer.
What was that?
Oh.
Sandy getting in there for him? What happened?
I don't know. It looked like it was behind the play. Only thing I saw was Stamkos.
Why is Pinto going?
Double cross-check and pinner there.
Is it not both of them?
Oh, come on. That's a love tap.
What?
No penalty for Stamkos? Oh.
Oh, what is this?
And then he gives him extra while he's down.
How is Stamkos not getting one?
Okay, he is.
Good,
Okay.
good. God.
That would have been crazy. If
The
anything.
one on Pinto alone, though, is like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
The love tap.
Why did he get so angry with that?
Yeah, he didn't like it.
I mean, obviously you're not going to appreciate it, but he got his wires crossed on
Maybe it was sneaky harder than it looked. I don't know, or maybe it got him in a spot. Like it was the back of the knee.
It got him in the back of the leg. Like you're gonna feel that. But I mean, that was a love tap.
Oh, here's
that was just like a hey, good game.
Pilsy, this is a moment I want McDermott in the lineup. I know that we have a good 12 forwards right now, and I wouldn't want to mess that up. But I don't like. It's part of his game. I don't like Brady having to talk to this plug.
And they're all going at him.
Yeah. Although I think it's funnier that he can't fight because of his hand. Yeah. Like it's got to drive a guy like McCarron nuts. Like he can't.
Well, is his hand still wrapped up though?
Yeah, we saw it in Detroit. For sure. I think we'll know if his hand isn't wrapped up. We'll know.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
All right, that's the first period. And Pills, I guess I won't get you to stick around in the intermission because we got Callum coming up here.
Yep, sweet.
I believe I'll just check he's okay. And yeah, he will be. So he'll be here soon. Cool. My Twitter's blowing up because I said it's a good night for Halliday. First goal, Pilsy. Great good start. Call. I'll see you for the next first period. We got a good thing going here, and we won't catch you on the postcast tonight. But so your night's done. You're clocking out.
All right, go Sens, go. Thanks for having me, Jack. Enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, that's been Brandon Pillar, co-host Locked On Senators podcast, and we're keeping it rolling here. We got another guest right away. We got Callum Fraser with the Ottawa Sun and the Ottawa Citizen. Callum, another great first period to talk about.
4-0 the first time I came on, 2-1 the second time, and now 2-0. And they all great periods. Like not a lot of luck involved. Like that was a really, really dominant period from Ottawa.
I was going to pepper you with questions about Stephen Halliday and probably Ridley Gregg either way, and they happen to be both goal scorers. So can you tell me about Stephen Halliday and obviously talk about the piece that you had that came out today? I mean, this guy that needed that goal badly, and it was a great one and my favorite kind of goal. Crash the net, good things happen.
Yeah, my piece today for the Citizen and Sun was discussing, when is it going to be time for this guy to be a full-time NHLer? I watched him on Sunday when Belleville was in Ottawa, and I described a beautiful, what apparently has turned into a classic Halliday typical assist where he picks up the puck in the neutral zone, slightly opens his body up to fake the shot, even though if you read the scouting report, he's not shooting that thing, and just lays this like perfect saucer pass across to Arthur Kaliev, who puts it into a partial open net and adds to his, AHL leading goal total. And that's kind of just Halliday's game. Like if he has an opportunity to create something, he typically does, and it's not always in the way that the defending team expects, which is what makes him so dynamic. And, really, really cool conversation. The guy, he's, I wrote a little bit about it at the end because I felt like I had to. Like this kid, he's so humble. And you guys know because, Locked On has had him on 7 or 8 times now, as I think it's the most recurring guest you must have, or as far as NHLers and yeah, exactly. Yeah. As far as hockey players go. And he talks to you like you're his buddy. And it was such a flowing conversation. He's so interesting. And it was funny. He was telling me, I asked him about what do you get up to in Belleville? What is there to do? And he mentioned his sauna outside of his house 5 times. Says he goes to record stores with Wyatt Bongiovanni, going to dinners with the guys and stuff, and just seems like a really good guy. So when I saw that fourth line shift midway through the period, it Nick Cousins is doing all the work. Lars Eller chooses the perfect time to pounce and drive it to the net. And Halliday, that entire shift just kind of seemed to be lurking and in the right spots, and then does something that I think was maybe missing from his game at the start of the year, getting to those gritty areas, and he just jams the puck home for his first NHL goal. And I think I guess the two knocks on him have been he's not shooting enough and not scoring enough. And then also he needs to show that he is not only fearless in those areas, but can also make something happen. And on that play and on that shift, he proved to have an A+ in both of those categories.
Yeah, he's currently going through his first goal, first intermission interview right now with Gord Miller. Like, what a whirlwind for the kid. I don't know when he got the call yesterday. Obviously, with the news of David Perron's injury, I think the fact that it happened right away, like they could have just had a couple good shifts and it would have looked okay. But the fact that he scored, opens the scoring, first goal, how important that is for the Sens, just could not have gone better. For his second stint here, I like that you mentioned the stuff in Belleville because it's interesting for a guy who gets called up a lot, maintaining that team chemistry when you're gone. And I'm sure it's hard being caught in the middle a little bit. So it's interesting hearing that a little bit. I want to pivot again into Ridley Gregg. We talked about him last game.
Jack, Richie, can I just say one last thing about Halladay?
Anything, yeah.
So, and not to fluff the piece up again, but like something that's really, I think, important to note with him is we talked about every time I said, like, what do you need to do to make sure you're like a full-time NHLer? What is the NHL club telling you? What is Andrew Campbell in Belleville telling you? And he just talked about details constantly. And if you note later on in that first period tonight, so they have a second really, really good shift. Like Eller stops a puck on the wall, brings it in, drives the net, gets a shot away, and Halladay's right there again, crashing the crease. And they go to the bench, maybe it's like a minute later, and Halladay's talking with Cousins. It's a really it seems like a really important, colorful conversation. And, Halladay turns and brings Green over, and Green's writing something down on his notepad, and they're just like really engaged. And Halladay talked about how important Nick Cousins has been for his game and how they talk every single time when they're on the bench. They switch things up game to game. And I think that's a massive part of his game. They showed a replay in the first period of him finishing a check and then going and finding the puck in the skates of a puck battle along the boards. And he's just learning how to do those things more and more and more. So I think that's a massive part of his game. And I don't know, man, like, Perron, he's out for a while. I don't expect Halladay to be sent down anytime soon. And then once the trade deadline happens, like, does he go back to the AHL? I don't know. That's very much in the future and a month and a half away and stuff. But he is forcing the issue right now in the best possible way.
Pertinent conversations to have now, though, because they're pushing for a spot to get back in the mix right now. And out of town scoreboard doesn't look great right now, but there's
never
nights like that. We know the way. It never does. They had a couple good games. But Halladay, I think the thing that excites me the most about him is his age. I think when you look at prospects, you like when they're young because the potential's there, right? But he's 23, I believe, or he's 22, 24. Yeah. Like he's at that age where this is what he is on the ice. He's not going to fill out much more. Doesn't have any more growing to do. He's a man, Callum. So I think what's exciting is that this is him, and he's mature enough in his professional game where him stepping into a fourth line isn't a huge spot for him to be in. That's difficult, where you see with a lot of other prospects. So it immediately adds a bit of a forward prospect for the Sens to be excited about, even if he doesn't make an impact all season in the NHL this year. We were talking, Pilsy and I were talking the first after his goal. There's a lot of holes in the lineup for next season on the forward side of things. A lot of guys who don't have contracts yet. So they can get creative if they like Halladay enough and kind of just say, here's your spot. But that is down the line. We won't get to that now. But I do want to talk about Ridley Gregg. We talked about him again. That was a beautiful goal. The speed he's shown the last few weeks has really amped up his game, where you can kind of sit there and say, this guy's a top six forward. And I just wanted to mention the Halladay thing you talked about on the bench and kind of use it to talk about the whole team and the coachability of them. Because Green's talked about it before, how coachable they were, how willing they were to learn. We're seeing that with Halladay. I think Gregg's a perfect example. A guy who comes up as a centerman, he's drafted as a centerman, has to move to the wing, learns how to play the wing, learns how to play a defensive shutdown role. But this is a guy who was a first-round pick in a loaded draft. He had the offensive numbers in the WHL. He was a captain. That offensive ability is there for Ridley Gregg, and we're finally seeing it in the NHL. I've been so impressed with 71. So what else have you seen from him? I know we touched on it a couple days ago, but just really impressive, and he's taken his game to another level.
I think he's changing the narrative around himself, because, if you asked me a couple of weeks ago, I'd say Ridley Gregg is not performing well because he's not being as much of a pest as he needs to be. And I like to think that, he's the kind of guy that plays the best when he's on the edge and pushing the envelope. And he's completely changed my mind on the second line. He has poise. He has like playmaking ability. I think, tonight is a perfect example of how his scoring touch has just come out of nowhere. I mean, that is such a beautiful, accepts the pass in stride, uses his speed. It's a really strong move to the net, but then that beautiful little tap 5-hole, is so impressive.
Again, same as Columbus.
Yeah, but I think about also that Columbus game of what happened right before he scored, and the give and go with Dylan Cousins was a brilliant play. It's almost like they knew exactly what to do there, and his passing has come along so much. Like you talk about the New York game, right? He had 3 primary assists in the first period, and listen, no shade to Dylan Cousins, but Ridley Gregg is not a power play merchant, right? These are all even strength points. The only point he doesn't have at even strength was an assist on the empty net goal last game. And he's got 6 or 7 even strength points in his last few games. And it's right up at the top of the league with Jack Eichel and Mark Stone, and another, I think, Dorofeyev with the Vegas Golden Knights. It's amazing, man. I want to attribute it to something, but I think it's a bunch of things. I think it's playing on the second line with Tkachuk specifically. I think it's something that happened midway through the season for him to, find some sort of scoring touch and find some sort of poise and some sort of patience. I think, I've been very outspoken about the job that I think Travis Green is doing. You've got to think that there's conversations with Green, whether it's in the game, watching video or in practice that are helping Ridley Gregg as well. And maybe this is just simply maturing in the league and, not because I think before the past few weeks, his game was just forecheck, head to the net, have pucks bounce off of you. He didn't really score a lot of, wrist shots from the slot or nice plays. And now it's he's a completely different player. So I need to watch more, man. I need to watch more closely here because I can't tell you exactly what is going on. All I can say is he's just a better player right now. He's a better player in every aspect.
Yeah, because it isn't like he had all these chances and just wasn't scoring and the puck wasn't bouncing his way. You're right. But I do think a lot of it has been the deployment. He's on a line now where it's all offense. He's not in a shutdown role. He's not playing against the other team's best lines. I think his analytics weren't great last season because he's out there playing against McDavid and McKinnon when they played those teams in that role with Pinto and Amadio, and they did okay. But they found something with Giroux. They kind of flipped spots this season. Giroux's now on the defensive side. I think with Gregg, I mentioned it before, it's the skating. His skating has been unreal the last few games, and that's the difference that I'm seeing in his game, and it's just leading to more chances. And it's no secret, or it's no coincidence, that the New York game was the first time, or maybe it was a game before that. Anyway, the minute he was put with Cousins and Tkachuk started to wake up too, and now all of a sudden their games look great. Brady looks unreal. He's made a couple of really nice passes tonight. He's engaged physically, talking to that mutant McCarron on his own. That's you want McDermott in the lineup for that specific reason right there. You dress 5D, do whatever you can. You need McDermott out there for that guy.
Did you see it was 3 or 4 minutes left in the third period, and they're showing a bench shot. There was I think it was after the Gregg scrum in front, and Brady's at the bottom left hand of the bottom left corner of the screen, and they showed 3 "Go F yourselves."
So Pilsy thought he was saying, "Yeah, for sure," or something like that.
No.
That's stuff we can't repeat on this show.
They were back to back to back.
So the best, and the reason I think I know what Brady's saying now, and I always have had an idea of what he's saying between the benches. But when they put out that video of his injury, which was against Nashville, and they had the mic'd up thing of him, I don't know if you caught that, but he was just letting them hear it, like he does all the time. So that's why I kind of got the idea that that's what he was doing. But it's no secret.
He's really engaged tonight, eh?
He is.
Really early on, some really quality puck protection. Yep. I think he's at his best when he's never going to juke guys and beat guys with speed or dangle. But what he does well is he picks the perfect time to spin off guys.
Yep.
And then once he has a single step on you, like there's nothing stopping him from driving the net. And he did it a couple of times this period. And you know what? He's not going to fight, but I really do want to see him like mixing it up in front. Like I think he is he's at the top of his game when he's active, whether that's like giving it to guys verbally or giving a couple of cross checks or coming into a scrum late and mixing it up. He's got to do something, right? He's not the guy that can kind of lurk for a while and then pounce. He's got to have his like aggressive, you know, kind of like throwing the body around type of game to really, really be engaged like through 60 minutes.
And so, and a guy on his line that is the same thing now as Ridley Gregg. And what I was getting at is that when Gregg was put with them immediately with Tkachuk, it was like a flip switched almost. And when the two of them are together, what a handful that line is. And Cousins isn't the tough guy, but he's a big centerman. He's their biggest centerman that they have. And if he's able to kind of just follow that up and lay on the physicality, I think there was a point this season, it might still be, where he's leading the Sens in hits, Dylan Cousins. So you got that physically an annoying line that has all this offense to them. All of a sudden, you sit there with that top six, and Zetterlund, Batherson, Stützle, I think, are still figuring things out. And I think they've been good enough that you don't want to mess up any other line to help that line out yet. That's kind of
how much time do we have left?
Until Ross is in here or until the period starts. That's what we're
well, I got to watch. That's the only thing. So how much time do I have left?
Probably last commercial before the period here. So 2 minutes. Let's say
perfect.
2 minutes.
Okay, then I'm going to make a point on Dylan Cousins, and then can we just quickly talk about James Reimer?
Yeah.
So the Cousins thing, if you go and look at, I was looking at this because I had an idea, because his game just looks like completely different. Like I watched him a little bit in Buffalo, and last year I think he dialed up like the aggression a little bit. This season, it's completely different. He's the guy that's starting the scrums the most on the team. I can't believe it. Like Dylan Cousins. If you look at his hits per 60, it is like the bottom to top of the roller coaster. Like it just goes up and up and up. He was barely hitting anyone in Buffalo, and the last 2 seasons, this one and last in Ottawa, it just shot up. There's something about his game where he's added something, and I think it's like work. Like he's not the best at 5v5 right now, but I think that an underlying stat can be hits in that category. He really provides a different element right now that I don't think anyone ever saw in Buffalo. On James Reimer, is like, I don't want to tweet anything, but
we have a policy, don't talk about a goalie mid-game, but that kind of got reversed with this watch party. I kind of have to. He's making the stops.
It looks unreal. Did he ever bail Shane Pinto out, eh?
Ooh, yeah.
That brutal giveaway, and then led to 3 chances in that beautiful pad stop. The thing about Reimer, so Linus Ullmark is like should be one of the best first save goalies in the NHL. Levi Merilainen's like the complete opposite, right? Like he's going to make that second, third, and fourth save when he's on his game. Reimer's like somewhere in the middle to me right now, whereas like he's 37 years old, so he's not going to be as agile as he used to be. But he's got great positioning, and I think his reads are pretty good on what's happening around him. So he knows like, okay, if this shot's on one side, I know the danger here. You know, if it's up high and I can't handle it, I know what's coming. And I don't know. I don't want to make any Mike Condon calls too soon, but he looks so good right now. And they're playing again. They continue to play really good and really well in front of him. And yeah, man, this just looks like a good recipe right now. Let's see if they can keep it together for the final 40.
All right. Second period's about to get going here, showing some highlights from the first. So Callum, thanks for joining again. We'll see you next road game in the first intermission. And obviously everyone can check out his work with the Ottawa Citizen and the Ottawa Sun on the Senators beat. For the home games, you got player grades also coming out after every game. So appreciate you stopping by again, Callum.
Thanks a lot, Richie. Enjoy the rest.
All righty. That's been Callum Fraser, a good friend of mine and great writer. Love reading his stuff over at the Citizen and the Sun on the Sens beat. What a start. What a start, folks. I got Ross coming in here. I feel like I'm sitting back. I don't have to do much to start this stream here, and the Sens just having given us lots to talk about. I love what he said there about Reimer, just to kind of finish off the convo. I feel like with Reimer, he's battling. If that makes sense, like it looks like he's fighting for every save in a good way. You don't want goalies to be behind the play so much that they have to fight to get back in position, but his scrambling and everything else has been so good for James Reimer. So really impressed with that. And we are off in the second period. Getting going here. I think Ross is going to join me at some point in the second. And yeah, here we go. Shots are 11-7, starting 4-on-4 after that Stamkos and Pinto exchange there at the end of the first. And Nashville has it now in the O-zone. Here's Forsberg. Zub took a penalty, but I think he took a scoring chance away there because Forsberg was in the slot looking to let one rip. So we'll call that a good penalty. But it's going to be a 4-on-3 here for Nashville, which isn't ideal. So we'll see how the Sens can defend it here. Let's watch this penalty. I think. Oh, that's a bad call. That's a bad call. Another bad call. Terrible. He just lost the puck. He didn't even touch his hands. That's brutal. Brutal. And Green's letting him hear it. Awful penalty. Crazy. That's just a bad call. I don't know if they call a hook a slash. Yeah, he has one hand on his stick and Forsberg just loses it. I think the problem is his stick is up by Forsberg's hands. So because Forsberg loses the puck and Zub is moving his stick, he assumes he whacked him on the hands and he lost it. It's not what happens. The Sens have a big kill here. 4-on-3. 4-on-3. The power play for Nashville is 20%, 70th in the league. And we know how bad the Sens PK is, especially on the road. Was good in Columbus the other night, I thought. Reimer led the charge there. So let's see what they do here. Oh, Sanderson had a chance to go off to the races there, but a couple clears early for the Sens, which is good. 4-on-3 is a very good scoring chance, though. Like this is a great power play to have for such an extended time. And here they go setting up. Marchessault's got it on the far side. Back over to Yossi. Forsberg up top. Over to Marchessault. Blocked by Sanderson. That took a bite out of him. But it's a huge block, and they get it down. That took a bite out of his ankle. Wow. He's in some pain on the bench. He blocks so many shots, Sanderson. Leads 99. I don't know if that's 100 now, but here's a chance for Nashville down low. Riley stopped by Reimer. Wow. Battles on the goal line, folks. Yeah, Sanderson is in some discomfort. Oh, right on the ankle. Oh, boy. He's such a warrior. Those do not feel good. Full one-timer coming in like that, those do not feel good. 12 seconds left in the 4-on-3 for Nashville. And then I think Pinto and Stamkos will come out and it'll be a brief power play for the Predators. Eller battling on the wall. Nashville gets it up high to Yossi. That's Evangelista. All right, 30 seconds on the power play now. Pinto and Stamkos are out, and the puck comes out. $20 seconds here. Probably one more crack at it if they can get set up. And they don't. Gets it down. I don't want to say it yet. I think under 10 seconds. That's good. That's a great PK. Looks solid the whole way through. Solid the whole way through. 4-on-3 is a big opportunity, man. That's a good penalty kill to start the second for the Sens with a 2-goal lead as well. Sanderson's back out there. Nice move to Timmy. Oh, and Greg stands up. I don't know who that is. Is that Nick Hague? I think it's better when Nashville's a good team. Like, it's not fun when they're not doing so well. So I know they've got Brady Martin coming too. That's a good prospect. Picked him high last year. There's Hague at the point, wide of the net. Great work by Stützle down low. And Sorrow sends it all the way up. Oh, here's a chance in front. Halliday getting his stick back. Great play. Great backtrack. That's a great play from Halliday. How about him getting his first goal? Awesome. Oh, he had a chance there again. But then he was a victim to a good back check. That's got to be a penalty. Nick Cousins got taken down. Rebounds there. No penalty coming. Eller and Cousins down low has been so fun. What work by Nick Cousins there. Clevin gets it back down low to him. Eller in front. Great shift from that line. Awesome shift. Really loving Nick Cousins lately. Just a dog on a bone on the puck. I'm at 15:50 with the whistle here, just to let everyone know. Ross might still be on duty. He said second half of the period. Shots are 12-8 for the Sens. I guess Nashville got one shot on that power play. That was a great PK. Loving that. And that was one that Reimer wasn't even tested. Just a good penalty kill. Great work by everyone. Huge block from Sanderson, obviously. Here's Zub with it up top to Sanderson. Wired that one. Good save, though. Good save by UC Saros. Let's tilt that down a little bit. Saros is one of those goalies who just plays so much. He's one of those starting goalies. I don't know how he's having a good year or whatever, but should have caught that one. Got the Predators top line right now. Or one of them. I mean, Stamkos is out there. Stamkos is having a good season. Resurgent a little bit, which is good to see. Reimer's just so good at tracking the puck. Some zone time for Nashville here. Oh, that was a nice tip. Goes wide, though. Sanderson battles three guys and gets the puck. That's insane. Giroux gets it deep. And a whistle. Got Sens playing great. Just checking the chat there. Talking about Pecorine. It reminds me of a little football reference, just going from one starting goalie to another. The Rangers have done it too. Feels like the Packers, just going from franchise QB to franchise QB. Like the Rangers did the same thing with Lundqvist to Shesterkin, Rene to Saros. Oh, that was a quick chance in front. Little sloppy from the Sens in their own end right now, but this is the thing. They're really good at preventing shots against when they're falling into their defensive structure. Zetterlund and Spence battling for it. Zetterlund's got it. Over to Timmy! Oh, that was close too from really Greg again. All over it. Clevin with a bomb and Saros gets it. Oh boy. Lost his helmet there and Ridley Gregg has 4 Predators on him. That's the Wasp at work right there. I think Callum was right though. Like as soon as Greg gets involved like that physically, the Wasp is catching on, man. People love it. The Wasp. Greg is active tonight. Agreed. The Wasp in the middle of it. Rivers to Herbert. Yeah, a lot of references now. Reimer's experience shows. I agree, Jason. Yeah, that's from a couple minutes ago. This is a good point. Yep. I like how Reimer's always pointing or being vocal when the puck is coming around the boards. I agree. I noticed that too. He's very active and very vocal. And I honestly think that that's a result of playing on so many teams because he's had so many new defensemen that he's had to get used to that it might just be easier over time to just take control and be vocal like that and let guys know. I've noticed that with in the playoffs, obviously. I noticed it with Stolarz a lot. Very vocal, very active as a goalie in the net. And it goes a long way for the defenseman, I think. And again, James Reimer does not need to win a Vezina. He just needs to make some saves when he's called upon. And so far tonight, he's done that. But no one's expecting him to steal games for them and stand on his head completely. But here with the 2-goal lead on the road, he's got to be good. He's got to be good. He's got to be an NHL goalie. And very similar spot to being in Columbus the other day. This was a great chance for Timmy in front. Just couldn't get a handle on it. Saros has been busy, though. That was a busy shift for him. Like, look at Greg in front. Did he actually knock his helmet off? No, he didn't. He just went for the puck. And he's got 3 Predators in his face. One thing I noticed when I went to the game in Nashville, so obviously that's where the Sens are. And it wasn't the Sens game. It was the Ducks, I think, visiting. Anytime, I mentioned how the crowd wasn't really into it. People watching March Madness on their phone at the time. Anytime there was a scrum in front, everyone in the building was on their feet immediately. Like, no hesitation. Just so funny, the difference. Because I don't think that happens at, because we know when a fight is happening. If you're an avid hockey fan, you know when it's an actual fight. Oh, here come the Predators. Good save by Reimer. Greg and Kachuk are onside. But yeah, I just found that funny. Like a little scrum in front, like all these ones that are happening, like the fans are on their feet immediately for sure. They love a good fight in Smashville. There's Halliday going in on the forecheck. He's got such a big reach. Sanderson up to Zub. Clean exit. Nothing going for the Predators. Here comes Yossi. Boy, was he fun to watch in his prime. Roman Yossi. Bit on the older side now, I think, but real good player to watch. How crazy is that? Sens would be tied for a wild card spot in the West, albeit with a few other teams, and they'd be 2 points out of second or third in the Pacific. Not a Western team, though. Can't say that. The one I will get mad about is the Metro. Oh. Good save by Reimer. Predators have definitely been better in this period. Definitely the better team. Starts with that power play, though. Bad call. I think Ridley Gregg's been noticeable the whole game, not just his goal, but he's been all around the net all night. Giroux gets it deep here for Pinto. Jensen couldn't get it through. $12:10 left in the second period. Here's Amadio in the middle. Hasn't really. There was that one shift with Stützle and Zetterlund, but other than that, not a ton of offensive zone time here in the second for the Sens. Nothing sustained. They're getting the puck deep and changing, but here's Timmy. Oh, just had a nice move. You got Kachuk, Stützle, Batherson out there right now. Maybe Green trying to get something going offensively. Catch the Predators in a bad matchup or something. This is as loaded up as it gets for the Sens. Interesting move here. They go for a change. Some space here now for Nashville. O'Reilly behind the net. Up top, Yossi. Blocked in front. And here comes the fourth line. Oh, they got numbers. Here we go. Nick Cousins over center. Gives it away. That could have been a good chance. Bad pass by Cousins. Now he gets it deep. Kind of back and forth hockey here. Nice play by Ridley Gregg. Wow. Oh, he sends Brady. Oh, he couldn't get it. What a pass. Ridley Gregg, man. Playing some awesome hockey. Here they come back the other way, though. Out front, misses the stick. And now here's Brady again. Dylan Cousins with some speed. Couldn't get a handle on it. I think that's Nick Hague, number 41. Hague. I think I'm saying that well. Back and forth action here. Sanderson's getting the wheels going. Look at him go. Oh my God. Just weaving through. Nice zone entry. Pinto's off wall. Handcuffed Giroux a little bit. That could have been a one-timer. Nice play by Pinto. There we go. Giroux again. Oh, big block. He stepped into that one. You got to be happy. Obviously, Nashville's had a bit more looks, but the Sens started to turn it on there before the commercial break. So, again, I think just it's Sanderson's speed everyone's talking about. Just going on Twitter right now, just seeing. So I haven't been doing this, but I tweeted something right as I clicked live. We were waiting on the screen there before we actually got started. And as I was going, I just tweeted out, it's a good night for Stephen Halliday to get his first goal. And there we go. Ross said he's going to be here in about 5 minutes. The much anticipated, not debut. He was here. He joined me the first few for quick hits in the intermissions, but this is his first live during the game action. So I might make him stay for the third period just to get the full experience with Ross. Yeah, folks. Actually, I haven't done it yet. I threw it up when Callum was on, but if you're here, you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the Locked On Senators channel. These live streams are exclusive to YouTube, only on YouTube. So you can catch them live. You can watch them after, see some reactions to some of the goals, break it down, the interviews that we do. The hits with Callum obviously are great as well. And if you could just like the video, it also does a huge favor for us. It takes 2 seconds, but if you're not already subscribed, now is the time. Just take 2 seconds. Please do it. Turn on notifications. Live postcasts are here after every single game as well, live on YouTube. So if you could just like and subscribe, get notifications for all the Locked On Senators content. Does not stop, folks. It's a churning mill with all the weekend games they have. It's every single day. They don't mean it, or they don't say it lightly when they say your team every day. So please like and subscribe to the Locked On Senators podcast. We really appreciate it. And the puck's down again. Here we go. 9:19 left in the second, about halfway through this game. Oh, they score! Dylan Cousins deflection? Or was that Brady? Let's go, folks. Let's go. Look at all the Sens fans in Smashville. All right. Dylan Cousins deflection in front. We got a 3-0 game. I'll tell you what, man. The Ottawa Senators might just be figuring it out. They might just be figuring it out. Nice tip from Cousins. Wow. Well done. Well done. 3-0. Sanderson with 2 assists. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Wow. I mean, how many goals have happened lately just off of faceoffs? It's been there have been so many that have just been right off the draw. This is another one. Let's go. Okay. Little floater in there by Zub. It's a good stick. That's a great tip. Great tip. The offense, man, like I know that the goal scoring has been Dylan Cousins' 5-game point streak has 4 goals and 3 assists. He's hot. Dylan Cousins is on a heater. And when you're on a heater, you get those goals like that tip in. Wow. I feel like my stream is kind of not working properly. Maybe people aren't commenting, but usually when a goal happens, it's lighting up. So I'm not able to see the comments right now for some reason. So I know there's a lot of you in here, so I'm assuming there were a lot of comments. But the Sens are buzzing. They're coming right back. Oh, bad giveaway by Timmy. And here's Forsberg, last guy you want to do it to. And he stopped. James Reimer, man. Oh, my goodness. What a glove save. Just snagged it out of the air. On their best goal scorer. Just snatched it out of the air. Crazy. Wow. Yeah, I can't totally see what people are saying right now, and I apologize for that. Hopefully that kind of kicks back in. We'll see. So that was a bit of a tough giveaway from Timmy there to make that happen. But when your goalie stands up and makes stops after it, man, I mean, makes that look a lot better. Hit a leg in front there. That was a decent look for the Predators. Here's Giroux. Up to Shabbat. Floats it over to Jensen with some space. Oh, he tried to find Amadio back door. I was saying it earlier with Pilsy. Amadio. There we go. 98 comments. I don't know why I was lagging like that. There we go. There we go. I got the chat now. I got it now. I can't look at it though. I don't want it to get spoiled mid-game. I'll go through it next break. Next break we'll go through. It was throwing me off because I'll keep it like kind of hidden from myself during the play and then I'll bring it back up. But I can see a little icon that says how many have come in since I looked. And there were 0 after they scored. And I was like, what's going on? Usually people are excited about that. So I'll go back and I'll read as many as I can. Oh, and here we go. Now we got Ross in here. We'll get him in.
What's up, fella?
Ross, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. That goal happened in the time I went from my main floor to downstairs to set it up. Walk me through it.
So it was it's a pretty boring one. Face-off win. Zub or Sanderson over to Zub. Zub shoots it. Cousins tips it in. Pretty standard.
Nice. He's officially on a heater.
He's a 5-game point streak, 4 goals, 3 assists, and they got a delayed penalty to Nashville now.
What's your time at, just so we can sync up?
I'm at 6:04.
I'm 6:02, so that's rare. I guess
fine.
we're both watching on the old Sportsnet now.
We are. Oh, there was a chance for Eller in front, and he couldn't score. A lot happened.
We'll time it on the puck drop here, but I think we're just a second off.
Yeah, so that's probably fine, honestly. But yeah, you pause for 1 second maybe and then just play it again.
Yeah, I did a quick on and off. Like the score bug just went off. Weisblatt's poopy pants, and now they're fading to black. So I think we're right on.
We're good.
Perfect.
Right in that mode. So it was weird, Ross, because my chat wasn't loading for some reason when they scored, and usually I'll keep it off to the side so I don't see it, but I'll see the icon with how many comments are going.
Yeah.
And then I looked back after Cousins scored. There was nothing. I was like, "What's going on here? Got 120 people in here." And then I looked and it finally refreshed, and there was a few hundred. So
we broke YouTube, eh?
I think we finally did it. We finally broke YouTube. I'm gonna check some of these because Reimer made a nice save on a breakaway too. Forsberg had a bit of a rush. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, man. High glove. Nothing wrong with that.
So I don't know where you are on talking goalie mid game, but we kind of have to in the watch.
I know. I do. I am a bit superstitious, but that left pad on the rebound was so nasty.
I mean, he looks great, man. He just looks great. He's battling. Callum had a good point. He's tracking the puck well and he's fighting in the crease. Like he said he's a good mix of Levy and Olmark, which I kind of agree with.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I mean, you could just tell he's played over 500 games, right? Like,
yeah.
That's awesome.
So one thing someone else pointed out too, and I'm forgetting the person who did it, but when you're a new goalie coming to a new team, how difficult it is to kind of get the communication down and all that.
For sure.
People have noticed,
especially considering Zub still doesn't speak English.
That too. That doesn't help either. Yeah, you need some keywords for Zub.
He's speaking on Google Translate, and James is like, "Oh, how long you been here for?" He's like, 5 years."
Yeah, that's funny. I don't know what the penalty is. Oh,
that's a greasy hit.
Yeah, that's a bit of a dirty one.
You saw the penalty on. Like, is that crazy to say that should be 5? He wasn't even looking.
I don't know, honestly. I mean, with the way that the calls have been going tonight, did you see that one on Zub at the start of the second?
Hey, good on Cousins not to retaliate. He wanted to so bad. That took all of Nick Cousins.
Nick Cousins has been a dog lately. He's been a dog. So good. Here's the power play. Batherson.
Oh, man, that's his spot.
Yeah. Be nice to get a power play one here.
Dude, how about our boy Stephen Halliday?
Unreal. Batherson again? It's loose. Oh, Brady, come on.
Just why?
It was my favorite.
Yeah, when I was last chatting with Halliday, it was when that gear nerd said that he was using Matthew's stick, and he goes, "I got negative goals this year, so anything to help it."
I'm so happy he got that, and the boys were so fired up for him too.
He's such a beauty. My wife goes, "Hey, isn't that the guy that you completely embarrassed yourself in front of at the Red Blacks game?" I was like, "No, he's a buddy. Like I wasn't embarrassing." What was embarrassing is me sleeping on the floor afterwards. They sell these like they're almost like 4 Loco bottles at the Red Blacks game with like hard lemonade in it.
Oh God,
dangerous.
That's
yeah. It was during Dev Camp. I saw Boucher and Halliday. Had a good chat with them. That was a couple of years ago now, maybe 2022.
Well, that actually is a good way to put it. Like, when's the last time a homegrown prospect, came up and scored their first NHL goal for the Sens? Is it Tyler Clevin?
That's a good question. Little in-game trivia.
Well, it's less so trivia and more of a comment on their prospect pool.
Chat's got to know that.
I mean, obviously, like Pilsy mentioned Jake Lucchini.
But those guys were
Matt and Paolo,
around the block.
Those don't really count given their age, but I just feel like a guy they drafted. Here he is again. Oh, on the power play.
Yeah, I mean, it's slim pickings after that. He was a 4th rounder in 2022.
Yep.
The next year, their first pick was the 4th round. Hoyt Stanley, still in Cornell. And then they don't have anyone from 2023, 2024, or last draft, obviously, who's played an NHL game. So
I think it's got to be him. So pretty monumental goal for Halliday.
When was I mean, the last one, if we're being serious, would have been Stapchuk probably.
Yeah, that's right. If depending when him and Clevin got there, so
and he had like 2 goals in 40 games, maybe even 1. No, it was 1. I remember his first goal. Yep, it was a matinee in New Jersey where they won 2-1. Zub had the other.
It was a big one. Yeah, I mean, I remember that one.
Check, but I think that was his first and only goal with Ottawa. Did he have 2?
I feel like he had 2.
Might
I
have
feel like
two.
he had 2, but hopefully that's not a precursor for
No, Halliday
because-
might get 2 tonight.
Well, no, I'm just saying in terms of being traded. I don't think that Halliday's a guy.
No. Man, when we talked to Dave Poulin about that trade, like they struggled moving a Stapchuk because they viewed him as a guy who could be a fourth line center for a long time, but it's probably a good call moving off of that because that seems like a position that you can kind of flip through if you have to. But
Yeah.
I mean, Halliday seems like he could be a guy with more upside than that.
The offensive upside is definitely better for Halliday.
He's just so smart.
So he'd be a guy that you move for Eller.
Nice shot.
He's a guy you move for like a star kind of trade. Like you don't want to move him for an upgrade in the short term.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, we're not even thinking about that because he's fitting like a glove in this lineup right now. I've loved that fourth line again tonight.
He looks great.
Oh, Reimer looked like he took a stick in the face there.
He's good.
Blocked. It's Ridley Gregg, the Wasp, going to work. That nickname's sticking, by the way. People are loving the Wasp. Oh, it's loose.
Oh my God.
Did he stop that? Did he stop that?
We got a goalie.
No way he saved that.
Yeah, I think he reached back with the stick. This guy's incredible.
What are we watching? We should have known when we saw the mask, man. That's an unreal mask, too.
Yeah, credit to the guy who painted that. Quick work. Oh my God, he got all of it.
What a save.
That's the weakest hooking call. Like, he's just tying up his stick. Aren't you allowed?
The penalties.
Oh, he did get his arm. But, like, Marchessault's reaching off of him. Anyway,
What a
sick
save by
save.
Reimer. What a
sick
save.
save.
Wow. PK looked good at the
Oh,
beginning of the
Spence
period.
got the call? I thought they called Dylan Cousins.
That's a rare penalty for Jordan Spence.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I
Dude.
see him in the box that often. What a save.
A save.
Wow. It's just amazing what a confident goalie does for you.
Huge kill here with 2 minutes left in the period.
Yeah, this is a pretty like I said, the one at the beginning of the second was awesome too. The 4-on-3, that's such a dangerous power play for a minute and a half. It's fun watching Roman Josi gallop around. He used to be so good.
Yeah, I mean, he still is, man.
He's still good, but he used to be like top 3 in the league.
Ah, damn. Yeah. Stamkos ain't missing from there.
Well, like 3 guys lunged to get that out.
I like the aggressiveness, though. If you're going to go down swinging. Like,
Yeah.
Ridley making that diving attempt, I wouldn't change that.
It's a shame to waste that save from Reimer, though, with that.
Yeah.
Like Pinto, a chance there a little bit, maybe a bit of a
Oh,
cut.
my gosh.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, and
Really
not
nice
much
play
Clevin
for
can
him.
do. He's got like 3 guys in a triangle around him. When both your forwards are laying on their stomachs, you're probably not going to make a play on a PK.
That play by Forsberg in front at the top is very elite too. That's a tough one.
Yeah, no, this is a hat tip goal. I think as long you're up 3-2, 3-1 still, obviously 2-goal lead.
Can't let that Smashville crowd get to them.
No.
But yeah, like you said, the calls tonight, it's one thing if they're undisciplined penalties, but that's a bit of a...
This has been ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what we haven't had this year, right?
Big
You get that save
too.
and cover right after a goal.
And he gets the stick going too.
Yeah. No, I like that. Stay up 2 going in the break will be all good.
Yeah, I'm not even.
It was a big minute 10 though. I mean, you can't let them get back into it, and you can't let the conversations in the concourse at intermission be positive.
Yeah, that was a good save. Look at this. I mean, this is a pretty good chance.
Yeah, it is. Marchessault got a stick on it.
And gets right in his grill. Nothing illegal happened there, though.
Allegedly.
I like when Gord Miller always says that. Cousins on the point there. How about Ridley Gregg, man?
Unreal.
Unreal, like stretch.
I like that play by Sandy to shoot it.
With
Maybe
Greg?
because one of my little parlay today was Sandy 2 points, 3 shots, and a Sens win. I know he's got the 2 apples, but I don't know if he or does he or no? He might have 1.
No, he's 2 assists for sure. He at least has two assists and at least 1 shot just now.
It's all good. I should have put more on it, but I had $1.17 on Stephen Halliday first goal of the game at plus 8,000 odds. Should have taken it, man. No, I put $1.17, so I won $25. But if I moved the decimal point over, I'd be rich.
You'd be laughing, yeah. That's crazy. I thought about Clevin the other day, first goal scorer, just because it was so and he got it.
Yeah.
But the odds were so good, obviously, because it was his first goal of the season.
Yeah. You can still hear me. I know my video's off right now, but
loud and clear. We're all good.
Got to hit the old Sens second period thoughts tweets. I'd love to know if I've ever missed one period. I don't think I have. Oh, but here's
good at that.
Here's me putting the old not focus on. I just tweeted it from my personal account.
How about me with the crystal ball on Halliday, eh?
Oh, dude, that was unreal.
I love those. And I love firing them off, and when they miss, no one says anything, but when they hit, I look like the smartest guy in the room.
You're either right or it didn't happen.
Exactly. It's always a good day for Halliday goal.
Reminds me when we called Igor's first goal of the game we all went to together, and then Pillsy and I were at the old beer tent.
You guys were rehydrating. I was sitting there and going nuts on my own in the stands, being like, "Where are you guys?" Igor just potted a beautiful one. I remember that. The Brian Elliott game, they call that one.
Oh yeah, is that a sticker of Kane, Brian?
Oh, look at Brady drawing one.
They're giving him one. No,
they're not. No,
okay,
they're not.
Good.
There's no way. Yeah, that's Stamkos.
Stamkos is standing. He's holding the stick.
Stamkos reacting to that slash from Pinto at the end of the first.
Stamkos is a bit more of a whiner. Is it with old age, or has he always been like that?
Oh, I can see why he is there.
Yeah, big time. But you know what? Ottawa's had some baloney. Look how mad he is.
Give him a 10. Tee him up.
They should give him a 10. Is he wearing a letter? No. Hey, buddy, not the captain anymore. Yeah, well, he did both. I don't like the curse words either, Steven.
No, there's kids watching.
He's mad that he's the second best Steven playing in this game. But yeah, that play was definitely 5 seconds. That's so dumb, man. They should get an ozone draw, start the third period.
The Sens have
I'm going to die on this hill.
They've got to lead the league in power plays at the end of a period. I swear every game they have at least one where it's doesn't carry over. Look at him barking.
Still. Come on. Alfie, come on.
He's barking at the ref. Tee him up. No letter either. Wow. That's almost a full-blown temper tantrum from Steven Stamkos.
What a whiny little guy.
Yeah. So Ross, what are your initial thoughts? I guess just so far.
Well, I'm happy, especially when you look at the score out of town scoreboard. It's not very good tonight, so you got to keep pace.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like Boston.
I like the way they came out. It was, exactly what we asked for tonight, which was maintain ozone time against this team, and they're gonna wear down. No disrespect, but they just don't have the horses.
No, they got that one line, and they burn them on the power play. They just got to stay out of the box, and I think they're fine in this game. A power play goal here would do wonders.
Oh man, for sure. Yeah, I think that the first 5 minutes will tell us a lot about how this third period's going to go for sure.
So yeah, out of town scoreboard. Buffalo beats Montreal in regulation, which is
regulation though. Okay,
noteworthy because they are now within striking distance of the Habs, who might just fall into the wild card race all of a sudden. Blue Jackets won 1-0 over the Stars. That's crazy.
Oh wow, yeah, the Stars are floundering right now.
The Penguins are up 3-0 on Edmonton. I'm starting to look at the Penguins as a Metro team, and not
I
worry
know,
about
me
them.
too. But you know what? Like, obviously, we dislike the Penguins, but Sid continuing to make the playoffs would be good. And then, I mean, it'll stop Habs fans from all the mock trades of Sid going to Montreal.
Yeah. What else do we care about? Boston almost blew it, 4-3 win in regulation.
Oh no, dude, they're up 4-0.
Vegas stormed back a little bit, but didn't get a point, so that doesn't matter. Florida up 1-0 on Winnipeg after 2.
Oh man.
So we're actually staring down in the face of a terrible night on the out of town scoreboard. But if the Sens win, it doesn't matter because those are the ones that you just kind of rinse and repeat and do it again.
Yeah, and you still the Sens have a game in hand on New Jersey, or they even?
They might be even because New Jersey played last night. 49 games for the Sens. Yeah, they have a game in hand.
Okay, so that's tonight. So they jumped the Devils in the standings with a win.
And Washington.
Yeah, wow. Talk about blowing it last night.
You want to talk about a team, Washington, where it's like, what are they going to do here? I think they load up, but like if a guy like Tom Wilson becomes available, Ross, I'm getting the crystal ball.
You're way ahead of yourself.
I am, but he's that age where if Ovi's leaving,
I think there's a better chance that he's their next captain.
Probably. But man, he'd be. I mean, every team.
Cute to think about, though.
Every team in the league would be after that guy.
Every single one.
He's just one where if you like, I could just see the Capitals like every year there's one like Panarin in New York is all of a sudden available, which is crazy, and he's a needle mover for anyone who gets him. Kind of a big deal. But yeah. Anyway, getting ahead of myself. Got to fill the time somehow. I do a lot of big picture talk here on the.
No, for sure. I love that, but it's not happening.
How much better do you feel though about the Sens' forward depth, knowing that a guy like Halliday is there? And I look at Halliday, and I look at prospects like Montgomery, who I feel like they're going to develop properly. If they did it with Halliday, gotta have faith.
Oh, for sure.
Just feels good to have that. Because for a long time there, it felt really, really dark with forward prospects. Like there wasn't much to get excited about.
Yeah.
And I know Halliday's been there for a while, but it's just great that he's making an impact in the NHL.
My favorite storyline right now, we talked a full segment on it yesterday, is Ridley Gregg looks unbelievable. He looks so fast and so much stronger on his feet than he had before.
I know. It's such a big difference. Such a big difference.
It's actually unreal.
Because it makes you feel differently about their outlook in the top 6.
Totally.
And I stopped myself in the second there. Like it's not even, and I know you guys talked about this, but it's not just a stretch for him anymore. This is just his season. His season's been really impressive all of a sudden.
Yeah.
What else we got here? The pipe dream there from Theo. I like the thinking though.
Turn off the Xbox, Theo.
Yeah, fantasy hockey.
Be sick though.
Out of town scoreboard sucks, but the Habs lost, so it's a good night. I think I can hear some people.
There's a few other ones late, right? That haven't or are just starting.
Detroit's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But Detroit I'm not thinking about anymore.
They're always good for a 10-12 game losing streak at some point, though.
They are, but they look different this year, dude. I don't know what it is.
John Gibson.
Gibson's the big one, but Sider is so good this season.
Yeah, Edmonton's coming into his own too.
Unreal year. I'd say because we saw them both last weekend, like of the two teams, Detroit I think is more legit than Montreal is.
Yeah,
that might be a hot take. I think Montreal's got more guys.
Think it's hot take. I mean, the Sens are tied with the Habs in regulation win. Like they're an elite overtime team. They have the highest shooting percentage in the NHL. So
I feel like Detroit's got way better goaltending and a way better blue line. I'm taking Mo Sider over Lane Hudson every day of the week, so it's kind of, and then Larkin and Suzuki both pretty similar players, I'd say. Yeah, like it's good comparable. I'll tell you what though, as an opposing fan and a team that doesn't like both teams, or a guy who doesn't like both teams, that'd be a hell of a playoff series. If they started today, those two teams, that'd be fun to watch. That's the skill on display there. But I'd also bring that up, Ross, because I'd like the Sens odds in a series against both those teams. So it's a get in and you don't know, like, stop yourself and just look at the East all of a sudden. And like, I know the goal here is to get in and get in a spot and get hot. Need some help to do that. But you look at the teams in the playoffs right now, I'm not saying like they could go all the way or anything like that, but the matchups they would have could be pretty pretty favorable, I'd say, if they can squeak in. Like, it's different than the
Mm.
years where it was Florida, Toronto, Tampa all the time. Like, there's Tampa still, but
Yeah, you're probably realistically you're playing either Carolina or Tampa.
yeah, and that's a tough matchup. I like the way the Sens match up against teams that are
Well, Carolina
in that NHL
can't
series.
Carolina is scary.
They're definitely scary. I guess I'm trying to think of what I'm like. There's no Florida waiting for you in the second round this time. You know, if you get by the Leafs, or there's no. It also feels different because the Sens aren't like the young team who just got in. If they do make a run
for
here.
sure. I just think the Habs. I mean, credit to them. They're finding ways to get points, but I can't believe they let that game slip on Saturday, man.
There's so much hockey left, Ross, that things could switch in.
Well, like I'm trying to close it to just before the Olympics. Like you have to be within 4 points by the Olympics.
Definitely. And if Boston didn't win tonight and the Sens won, they could have been. So it can literally happen like that.
What do the Sens have games in hand on Boston? 2 right now?
Yeah. Well, technically 3 because they finished their games. So it'll be 2 after tonight. The only teams I'm worried about in the race right now are Florida and Toronto. Those are the only 2 I'm not worried about Washington, New Jersey, or Philly. I got to be honest, at all. I think Washington, I don't know. I mean, they've got a head-to-head matchup against all those teams left. 2 against New Jersey, I think. 1 coming up here. 1 against Philly.
1 coming up at the end of the month.
And 1 against Washington. And they've had success against Philly and Washington. The Metro doesn't really scare me that much, I think, if you're trying to battle for a spot. So it's really just taking care of your own business, which is the first thing, but they've compiled a nice stretch here where you can start to talk about playoffs and not feel like that meme that I post sometimes, the guy standing up.
Yeah.
Walk in and look at the Sens jersey on. You don't have to feel that.
No.
Like you're out on a ledge saying they can make the playoffs here.
It's we really need the Jets to come back and have a big third period.
Yeah. No, Florida terrifies me. Florida, I won't believe it until I see it that they won't make the playoffs. So
yeah, like Mighty Mike saying, go 1-16.
I mean, I like
they would
that
never
idea.
do it. I mean, they're not paying for the Sens jet fuel to go to LA in the first round.
And
imagine going to LA for game 5 and then, or it'd be in Ottawa for game 5 and then, or no, LA for game 5, just for an example. And then flying all the way back after 1 game, and then all the way back again.
They'd have to go to the 2-3-2 format in the playoffs, like the NBA did for a while, like 2 home games, 3 away games, 2 home games. Or the thing that I can get behind, and you're seeing it this season, is the 1-8. Like this division stuff is ridiculous. Like you can still do top 3 make it no matter what. Maybe.
Well, it'd be top 2.
Yeah, top 2 or something like that, because the Sabres would be second in the Metro right now, and they're in a wild card spot. Like it's ridiculous. And I think last season, this is a 1-16 thing, but I think last season the Flames would have made it in the East over the Habs. They had 96 points, I think, and they missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those years, man. The Sens could put up 97 like they did last year, and they could miss. I'm preparing myself for that kind of scenario down the stretch.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll put it, here's another positive spin zone. I looked at the schedule post-trade deadline. 21 games, 12 of them are at home, 9 on the road. April, same situation as last year. They have 2 road games, and then the rest are at home. I think it's 7 home games. They're just against better teams this time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and having the same amount of points or right by the 3rd place team in the Pacific just pisses me off so much.
They'd be tied for a wild card spot in the West and 1 point out of 3rd in the Pacific. But again,
1 point out.
Playoff spots are not awarded in January. There are so many games left. The Sens have one of the hardest schedules remaining, but that's because they play so many teams in the East and the Atlantic. So it's just a lot of 4-point games coming up.
Yeah, there is.
And you look at it too, like they got 1 more game against the Habs at home. If they find a way to win that, you're 2-0-2 against the Habs this season. That's a good record.
For sure.
Find a way to beat Detroit 2 more times. You're 2-1-1 against Detroit this season. That's a good.
Got to find a way to beat them for sure.
The Leafs, they've only lost 1. They can still win that season series. Florida, they're down 2. I think they play 1 more time, maybe 2 more times. You can win that. They won against Tampa. You can win that season series still. So like the The 4-point swings that are going to be available for the Sens coming up are huge because they're basically done with the West after this trip, I think.
Well, they still have the East or Western Canada. They'll go
In Seattle,
Edmonton, Calgary, Seattle, and Vancouver. I think that's it.
But even at home, I don't know how many Western teams are coming through the CTC anymore.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a lot of just
Colorado on the 28th.
And
Yippee.
Vegas.
Yeah.
These wins are important. They got to win this game because one of these ones on the weekend, I'm just going to be putting my hands up like, all right.
Yeah.
Here it is. Sunday at 5. Mitch Marner and the Vegas Golden Knights. I will be on my couch tomorrow night, Ross. I'll tell you that for free.
Oh, for sure. That's going to be fun.
Oh, the Habs got Buffalo, or they got the reverse. 9 shots, 3 goals for Buffalo to start that game.
Real shame.
It's a damn shame. Oh, come on.
Vegas is the only team that can, I think, has to have a word about goaltending like Ottawa did.
Yeah, I was looking at them too.
Dude, Mark Stone's on ice save percentage this year is like .854.
You telling me
one of the worst in the league.
Carter Hart was a bad signing? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Bedard defending a 2-on-1? Why? I like seeing the highlights with no sound, no context at all. I'm just seeing one goal.
Yeah, just a random one. Well, this game there only was. Shocker that it was Werenski.
Nice shot.
That's so nasty.
How mad I'd be if I paid a ticket to go to a game and it was 1-0.
No, you'd just be a goalie-friendly guy. Damn, that was a sick shot by Bennett.
Kind of wish that guy was putting on the red and white.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with Cirelli's injury.
No way Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's so filthy by Sid.
Was that Sid?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah, the next 3 games are insane.
The next 7 are... I mean, Pittsburgh's hot. That's a big game, too.
Yeah.
And Philly's a big 4-point game.
It's an outrageous 4-game homestand.
Yeah.
That is an outrageous.
They're due for a win this year at home where they beat a really good team. They haven't done that yet at all. Like it's been... Can you think of one like kind of big, huge momentum building win at home this season? They had one against Boston, like a couple big ones against Boston. Washington, maybe?
The shootout against Seattle, where Cousins tied it with the goalie out with a minute and a half. That was like one of the first home games. It might have been their first home win, honestly.
Against the ringer that is the Seattle Kraken.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think they have, man. I'll go through their schedule, but they've had big ones on the road.
The Washington game. January 1st. Washington game.
But then you look at the standings now. Washington's nowhere. You know, like I'm thinking like against a good team. Maybe they haven't had them visit yet. That's why. But my point is they're due.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, Blackhawks. I mean, the Penguins won, I guess. Yeah, they really haven't. The Bruins, like a Bruins win in November. When Timmy scored late and then he got the empty netter.
Yeah.
That's it. They're due. They're due for a big win at the CTC.
That's sure are.
Spin zone.
They sure are.
Looking at a comment saying if Habs fell out of the playoffs, that'd be great. Agreed.
Be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't beat the Oilers. They lost to the Oilers. Oh. It's funny, though, like on the schedule, they beat Washington and Winnipeg at the beginning of the month. And last season, if you looked at that and you told me that, I'd say, oh my God, that's great because they were 1-1 in each conference. Yeah. But that is not the case this season. What's going on with Winnipeg? You got any kind of tidbits for me on the Jets? Like, what should I...
Nothing really, man. Like, they're just... Like, they're starting to string some wins together. I know they lost to Chicago the other night, but I think they were 4-1 in their last 5 before that. But a lot of people around Winnipeg are just, like, super down for a high pick. Like, they haven't had one since Line A. They're down for a top 5 pick.
Good draft.
Everyone's just kind of pissed off with how Chevy, the GM, handles prospects. Like all the ones that they get excited about just end up rotting in the American League.
Right. Do you think it would be like, what are they looking for in the draft then? Probably forward?
Yeah, I mean, they've been looking for a second line center for the last 5 years.
McKenna would be nice.
Yeah, he's a wing though. I mean, at that point though,
Is
if
he?
it's the top of the draft, you just take the best player.
Do you think McKenna's still number one? This is prospect talk that we don't need to worry about here in Ottawa, but
I don't think so. Like, it's definitely not for sure. Like, Scott Wheeler's most recent one had Stenberg at 1, McKenna at 2.
Stenberg, yeah, I don't know.
Stenberg's nasty. Apparently, he's got 28 points in this SHL. Like, he's almost a point per game guy in the SHL. He's 17.
I still really liked McKenna at the World Juniors. Like, I thought he was...
Theo, definitely not a Jets fan, buddy. Anyone who saw me at the Sens Jets game would be very, very quick.
Yeah.
But obviously, chat with people around here, and you're
you're in tune with the Jets. That's why I was asking, just for some context. Like, I
love a good whiteout though. Don't get me wrong.
It's so funny because I went to school in London, Ontario, so Leafs are around there, so I'm more in tune with what's going on with the Leafs, just people around you are Leafs fans, and then moved to Montreal, and it's the complete flip the switch, right, with the Habs. So I'm more up to date with the Habs now that I am with the Leafs, I'd say, which pick your poison, but
yeah, definitely pick your poison.
Yeah, I'd say Brockville is pretty Leaf-centric too, which is disgusting.
Definitely.
Got to fix that slowly and surely. All right, third period's getting going here.
Yeah, third period. I'll stick with you for the power play, and then I got to get ready for the postie here.
Sounds good. Yeah, so it'll be you and Martian on the postcast.
Let's get one. Hell yeah, love it.
All right. That'll happen live here on YouTube, folks.
Oh, yeah, we got the redirect on too. So when this one ends, you don't have to click anything. It'll take you right over.
Nice.
He had more words. Dude, give Stammer a 10. What the hell is this garbage? Or maybe just a 2 extra. That way it's a real power play. Yeah.
It'd be great to see a power play goal here.
Are you at 942? 1942?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Saros didn't know where that one was.
No, nobody did.
Brady Shea?
Oh,
get it out? Oh.
Damn. I like the effort there for Brady to try to keep it in, though.
I think Brady's having a good game.
Yeah, he is, man. I like the puck possession he had in the first period.
I don't think he has a point, though.
Not yet.
But you don't need one. Neither does Timmy, to be honest. This is a good time.
Good entry.
Their entries have actually been really good on the power play lately. Like, they haven't been something I'm worried about. It's just their shot selection is... Here's Timmy. Rip... He wanted to. Nice fake.
Good patience by Brady. He didn't have an option right away. No, that's not going to work with the left. He's holding his stick. Not going to get
the puck anyway.
Shoot.
They haven't attempted a shot yet.
No.
Yeah, that's what you get. Oh. Is that going to count as a shot on goal, the kick?
I think it probably does.
All right. That's a pretty... Oh. Nice keep by Sanderson.
Yeah, wheel it.
Oh, Brady, the skating. Look at this.
Oh, that's a trip, though, no?
No, guess not. See the way he was wheeling around there, like the pivot? Good wheels from... Oh!
Big hit.
You know why that's not a penalty? Because Stamkos gave him an earful.
Yeah.
That's how it works. All right.
No rebound. Love to see it.
In a spot, too, where you get a rebound there more often than not.
Love to see it. All right, Jacko, I'm going to set up the postie. Right, enjoy. We'll chat soon.
Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by.
See you in the postcast chat, everyone. Thanks for joining. Boom.
That's been Ross Levitan, obviously co-host Locked On Senators podcast. You guys know him. And things happening with my my chat again. But it's okay. They'll come in eventually. That felt like it could have been a penalty there on for Brady. That was a great play. Drove it to the net. Frustrating power play, though. Didn't get enough good looks. Took too long and then didn't find a good shot. Look at Sanderson. He's a free zone exit, that guy. Keep the comments coming, though, folks. I won't be able to see them yet, but keep them coming. Third period, 17 minutes left. 2-goal lead for the Sens. Preds have definitely pushed, though, and here they come again. Nice save by Reimer, man. I'm just laughing every time he does it. It's so good. Really showing here. Probably talking about Stamkos throwing a rage fit. There we go. Comments are back. Big rebound by Saros there. He's been doing that a lot tonight. I think Pinto's having a good game. Had a couple looks. Had the puck a lot. It's always a good sign for number 12. There he is again. Nice outlet pass. And into the bench. There's Steos in the press box. Steady Steve going to be a busy boy, I think. He's always busy, let's be honest. General managers have no time. Always doing things. Batherson with a face-off win against O'Reilly? Wow. Good play by Timmy there in the middle, just closing off space for O'Reilly. Zetterlund's got it now. Is Timmy getting one? Well, I don't know what happened there. I guess not. Oh, it was the puck that hit him. Predators were calling for a penalty. That's not a penalty. It was the puck. What's going on here? It wasn't his stick. Oh, Zetterlund. He did hit him. Oh, yeah. That's a tough high stick. They definitely can't put Timmy in the box, though. Yeah, that's a bad high stick by Zetterlund. All right. I thought they were taking Timmy. Like, they need Timmy for the PK. It's a tough one for Zetterlund to take. It's a 4. Oh, no. Huge moment here for the Sens penalty kill. Yeah, it's not a follow through because he didn't touch the puck, right? Not be that guy. He's barely bleeding though. Blankenship. All right. Putting the PK to the test, and here they go. Pinto, Gregg, and Sanderson. And Sanderson smartly kills time. Instead of going on the rush, cuts back. Kills a good 20 extra seconds with that. Smart play. Pinto all over Yossi here. All right, this just has to be a kill. Can't allow even one here. Let's see. Nashville snapping it around. Good stick by Zub, right in the lane. They're obviously looking for Stamkos. Like you got to treat Stamkos kind of like Ovi over there. Just a defensive defenseman stick from Artem Zub. So good. All right. 3:16 left in the power play. And Sens win it. Shabbat gets it out. And Timmy's right on Yossi here. Great forecheck. Man, 18's been so fun on the penalty kill. For that reason right there, he's so good. We've got a Mario out there instead of Giroux. Interesting. Maybe because it's such a long kill just to keep guys fresh. So it's a Mario and Stutzla up front. Yossi up top, down low. O'Reilly's got a lot of space. Broken stick. Amadio doesn't get it out. Right to Yossi. Oh no, that was a good opportunity. Timmy gets it out. What a play by 18. Predators come right back. Clevin gets it down. Wow, what a play by Timmy on the line there. 2:15. Killed off the first one, basically. Love Stutzla on the penalty kill. He's so good. All right, 2 minutes. And down the ice. So the first one's killed. I got to start the second one. Got Eller and Greg out there right now. Giroux was out for a bit. But he got off. Quick shifts on the PK when you can is so important because you never know when you'll get hemmed in. You don't want to be too tired. And Reimer freezes it. All right, good 3.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes so far. The chat keeps doing this thing. Now all the comments are coming in. I like that they keep coming in though, folks. Keep them coming. Nice kill so far. Yeah, you got to get that out. Timmy is so good. I like that everyone's kind of agreeing. Yeah. It's been a good kill so far. Got to keep it rolling. Gregg and Stamkos for the face-off here. Gregg wins it cleanly. And Zub gets it all the way down. Clinical face-off. Top units back out for the Predators. Nice play by Gregg on the line. Disrupts their entry a little bit, but they still got in. 1 minute to go here. Through to Stamkos, stopped by Reimer. What a save. And Gregg battles, doesn't get it out though. Forsberg's got a lot of space in the corner. Sanderson closes on him well. Back up high. Try to go to Stamkos again. Ridley Gregg's right there. Gregg stick again. I said his name 4 times there. Ridley Gregg's on a heater, folks. Oh, Sanderson blew a tire. Ooh. There's a good chance there. Dying seconds of the power play. Stamkos across ice. Yossi in the corner. Forsberg out front. I don't know if that was blocked or saved, but it doesn't go in. That's all that matters. And here comes Timmy. He's got Shabbat with him. Timmy's hustling to the net. Oh. Elite play from Stützle. Looking for a call. Probably could have gotten one, but not a good whistle tonight. And the Preds have a 2-0. How did that happen? What just happened? What just happened? Complete breakdown by the Sens. What just happened? Like, that's got to be some kind of call on Timmy, though. Gets spun around. Oh, Clevin and Shabbat. Nothing Reimer can do. He can't give up a 2-0. It's a 3-2 game. Do all that work to kill off that penalty, too. Brutal. 3-2. 3-2 game. That easily should have been a call on Timmy, though. That's brutal. That's a brutal missed call. Takes it to the net, stick in his midsection, and gets spun around. I mean, you have to call that. It's a scoring chance, too. It's not like it's the middle of the ice. But they get caught on a line change. All right, 11 minutes to go, 1-goal game. That was such a good penalty kill, too. They did such a good job. And then Stützle takes it to the net like that. Like, it was an elite play, and don't get a whistle. And now here come the Predators again. No one over there. It's a shooting gallery right now. They gotta get some jam back. It's been all Nashville after that. Here's Nick Cousins. Just falls down. Sens need a whistle in the TV timeout or something. They need to regroup. Such a tough goal. Oh, Reimer behind the net. Oh my God. Yossi doesn't score. Another penalty coming to Ottawa. Another penalty coming. I don't know what for. That was a bad play by Reimer behind the net. What's the penalty? What's the penalty? Are they calling a cross-check on Timmy? I mean, come on, man. Come on. Like, the whistle Nashville's had in this game is unbelievable. So Timmy gets no penalty called on him on that play. Nashville scores. Soft play in front of the net. Stamkos goes down, and they call Timmy. That's crazy. Got to kill off another one. Like, I've going back to last weekend with the Habs game and the Wings game. The whistle wasn't a bad one. Like, the Sens were just undisciplined. Zetterlund's was a bad penalty, but they killed it off. But the other penalties tonight have just been so pedestrian, and they've missed so many on the Sens. Brutal. I can't believe they called that on Timmy. Brutal. My chat's doing the thing again. Sorry, folks. Can't quite see it. I feel like we're usually on the same page. Just another big kill for the Sens. 3-2. Nashville's got a chance to make it 3-3. And they got one of their best PKers in the box. It's brutal, too, because Stamkos, after his penalty, which was bad, albeit like it was an easy whistle again, but that's how this thing rolls, because now the refs are like, we gave the Sens one they probably shouldn't have gotten. It compounds it. Now they're like, we got to owe Nashville a few calls. The game management is on full display tonight. Look at Timmy. What a soft call. What a soft call. So brutal. The slightest shove possible. And the worst part is Stamkos gave it to the refs in the second intermission and before the third period. And that's why they get those calls too. Another big PK for the Senators. 5 power plays right now for Nashville. This is their 5th power play or 5th call against the Sens, let's say. Pinto gets upended, nothing. I hate complaining about the refs too, but like when it's this bad. O'Reilly, Stamkos scores. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Complete ref show. Complete ref show. That's brutal. 3-goal lead erased. Complete ref show. I like that. That's such a, oh my God, man. That's so infuriating. Just ruins the game. Ruins the game. Brutal. I mean, like you can't talk about this period and not talk about the officiating. You can't. And like I said, I've called out undisciplined play from the Sens just a couple days ago, and this isn't it. This is not an undisciplined game from Ottawa. The 5 power plays, 5, brutal. Gotta answer here. 3-3. Wow. And the whistle's away. Greg gets taken into that, or do they call it? The whistle again. Did they call that trip? All right, Sens draw one. Like it's also like another slam the door by the Predators. Like they're like, I gotta be honest, that's not a good penalty on Greg either. But they're in this cycle now where they gotta keep calling everything to even it up because Nashville keeps scoring on the power play. And the slamming of the doors, like the fact that when both teams are that mad about both calls going either way, that's the sign of the refs losing the game. But it's a tie game. The Sens have a power play again. So you got to make something happen. Got to capitalize. Huge moment here after blowing a lead. No, Batherson misses the net. I can't believe they blew that, though. That 2-0 is the story for me. That had nothing to do with officiating. No, nothing for the power play. Nothing. Have to get 2 points out of this game. Absolutely have to. Power play does not look confident right now. PK is swarming them. Kachuk out front. Timmy! Oh, what a save. What a save. That was a great chance. And backup ice goes to Timmy. All right, 50 seconds left. Second unit. Huge chance here. Just got to find a way to answer. Oh my God. Got to answer. Power play does not look good. There's Pinto on it. There we go. Halliday back around. Shabbat up top. About 10 seconds left. Pinto. It's a nice save by Saros again. I want to see that Timmy chance again. That was such a nice save. Just a complete blown lead, man. But you can't talk about this game without the officials. This has just been brutal. Brutal. Wow. Let's see this chance for Timmy. Oh, it's a great save. Rolling puck on him too. I mean, that's what you want to have it there. Tie game, 7 minutes to go. Let's see if the Sens can bounce back. Crazy. Here come the Predators. Oh, Sens come back up ice. Cousins has some speed. Stops and waits up. Back in the corner here. Reimer's got it behind the net. Whoa. All right, maybe things will settle down here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like 3 goals in the... It was 3-0. It was 3-0. They blew another lead. Have to bounce back. Here's Zoo behind the net. And here goes Timmy. To 2-on-1. Timmy's coming in. Oh, I thought that was in. Is that in? Oh, that was so close. What a rush by Stützle. That was so close. Oh. All right. Yeah, like Stamkos was just on another level. That'll be something you unpack after the game. We'll see how this goes here, but just checking the chat here. A lot of calls for Green to call a timeout. Kind of agree. Like, that's the thing, man. I hate how this game's unfolded. Like, since it was 2-0 for a long time, but then I feel like since the Sens' third goal, the power plays that have gone either way, but mainly for Nashville, have just been ridiculous. Like, going back to the slash from Stamkos, like Pinto gives him a love tap, like a soft one, and then Stamkos goes right back at him. He's had something in his genes today, I feel like. But yeah, this is another blown lead for the Sens. They sat back at 3-0 and 3-1 even going into the period. Like they completely sat back. Like they need to. They got to have 2 points in this game. Absolute must. And they kill off that 4-minute one, but like right after it is a goal, so that's another power play. You can kind of chalk it up to that. Yeah, Stamkos has 2 on the power play tonight. Just crazy game management. Here we go. Tied game. Somehow, some way. Predators pushed, but the Sens let them. Got a loaded up line here. Spence, Sanderson, Timmy, Brady, Drake. 5:45 left, pucks down. Lost faceoff. Curious to see how these 5 minutes go. Great work defensively by Kachuk and Sanderson. Batherson doesn't get it out. There we go. Timmy's got it. And he keeps possession here as they get a change. And icing on Nashville? Nope. Shabbat's got it. Here come the Predators. Up top. Reimer doesn't see it. It's bouncing around. This is not good. Sens are a little tired out there. Up top again. Just winging it around the zone. Pinto with a nice play there on Stamkos. And Amadio gets the line, gets it deep. They get a change. Needed that. 4 minutes to go. Tie game, 3-3. Third period. Here comes O'Reilly through the zone. Good play by Clevin. And here's Dylan Cousins. Turns it over at the blue line. Forsberg's got it. And Cousins gets it back. That's lucky. That was a bad turnover. And the Sens have 3. Here's Ridley Gregg to Brady. Cousins in front, misses it. And the Predators come back the other way. Here we go, end to end. Forsberg into the middle, but Sanderson's there. Marchessault behind the net. Yossi, what a block by Dylan Cousins. Just laid his body in front of that one. Oh, and Greg gets hit right into the linesman. And now here comes Nashville. They got some space from that. Wow, that caused some commotion for the Sens, and they didn't really recover. Now the Predators have it. A lot of zone time for Nashville here. And that comes out. That's a lucky bounce for Ottawa. Saros is way out of his net. 2.5 minutes. Sens were up 3-0, 3-3. Blew a 3-goal lead. Got 2:18 left, face off in the D zone. That was a huge block from Dylan Cousins. Eventful shift. Yeah, Greg got hit right into the linesman. What are we thinking in the chat here? Are we pissed more at the refs or the Sens? What's the if there was like a scale, what's more concerning? I think the more I sit here, the more a bit rattled at the Sens, but I think it's hard not to talk about the refs with that. The refs. A lot of ref talk. I hate that, man. It was 3-1 at the end of the second. Nashville got a late one in the second period. Late one in the second. But it was 3-0. About 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. Commercial break, defensive zone face-off. Got to find a way, man. Got to find a way. Yes, this is my thing. It's not like it's like a ticky-tack call thing. Like, I know it's hard to do that, but they let them get momentum. Absolutely. Completely agree. They get the building into it, a power play goal, soft penalties, and it's steamrolled. And like the PK can only do so much. They killed off the 4-minute one. That was a great penalty kill. What a block by Cousins. Gotta rally here. Gotta rally. Like, yeah, that play at the bench right into the linesman, man. $218 to go. Got Greg out there for a D zone draw. Shots are 26-24 for Ottawa. Greg wins it. Nice. Over to Zub. Up to Amadio, who gets crunched on the wall. And he steals the puck back. There we go. Gets it in the Nashville zone. Good pinch by Zub. Yossi comes over, gets it deep. Zub's got it in the D zone. Up the wall, gets out of the zone. Minute 37 left. O'Reilly's got it on the half wall now. Kachuk cuts that off and gets it out. Sens are just in survival mode here. Another puck retrieval. Jensen loses it. It's out front. They scored. Oh my God. They scored. This team's so cooked, man. This is so bad. What a collapse. What a collapse. They're done, man. They're done. It's Stamkos. They're done. Absolutely done. What a choke. 3-0 to 4-3, and they're not going to get a point. Done. Jensen lost the battle. Puck scored it out front, and they lost. Game over. Unbelievable. Jensen and Shabbat were lost. Crazy. I can't believe they choked that. That's crazy. Brutal. I don't know what to say, folks. Worst collapse I've seen from this team in quite some time, and that's saying something considering what we saw Saturday. Nothing to blame but themselves in that one. Nothing to blame but themselves. Just a complete collapse. 3-0 lead. Unreal. Crazy. Brady slams his stick. It's over, man. It's over. This season's done. I can't believe that. 2-goal lead in the third period. And here we go. Under a minute left. Sanderson's got it. There goes Reimer. Can't even get across the red line. 40 seconds. No, that's it. Here comes the empty netter. I can't believe what we just watched. That's unbelievable. That is hands down the worst loss of the season. I'm so disgusted. What a disgusting game. Disgusting. That's unbelievable. Unreal. I have no words. I've got no words, folks. That's the worst loss of the season by a mile, and they need points, and they were up 3-1 in the third period. 3-0 in the game, 3-1 in the third period. Everything's going well, and they completely choked that game. They let the refs get in their head. They let I got to change this. I'm going to do a quick wrap up here. I need to get a rant out before the postcast starts. Stick around. Big time ventcast coming from Ross and Martian, no doubt. I'm gonna just go like condensed here. The thing that boggles my mind is not even getting a point out of that. Like, you can live with the collapse. You can live with momentum swings. Like, I was ready, like, if they lost in overtime, I'm ready to sit there and be like, look, they had crazy momentum swings, terrible calls against them on the road. Sometimes that happens. But to not even regroup with 2 TV timeouts after 6 minutes, there were 2 TV timeouts after 6 minutes. For the Sens to not even be able to muster any kind of push, and then to give up that kind of goal on your own net with it was 2:18 left with a defensive zone face-off, and to not even get a point when you win the draw, get the puck out 3 times, and it was rinse repeat for Nashville. That was the easiest go-ahead goal for them to possibly score. Unbelievable for Stamkos' hat trick. Just disgusting. And look, this is a team that was pushing to the playoffs. That's their first regulation loss in a little bit, yada, 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 all the positives. They were up 3-0. They're up 3-0, and they blew it. Just unacceptable. Unacceptable loss. For the Ottawa Senators, that's all I got, folks. That's all I got. Unbelievable. Unreal. All right. Stay tuned for the postcast. Appreciate everyone joining in. Please subscribe to the Locked On Senators podcast for more content like this. If you want us to keep watching these brutal losses, just hit me. Let us know with the subscribe button. Hit us with a thumbs up. Appreciate everyone. Thanks so much. Stay tuned for the postcast coming to you live right here on YouTube. Thanks.